afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Park Lane Podcast, the first ever on Park Lane Podcast live watch-along of Spurs versus Fulham. Some of you may be thinking, who is this person sat next to you for the game? Don't worry, Holly will be disappearing in a minute, but she's going to join us for the pre-match chat. So welcome, Holly Agambar. How are you doing?
I'm good. No, thank you for having me, especially for the first watch along as well. No, I'm very much looking forward to it. And Ange Ball is back, so that's happy days.
Exactly, yeah. See, I had to pull out the big guns for the first ever watch along, so I thought, who better than you?
Thank you.
For those new to the channel, do not forget to hit the subscribe button. Do not forget to hit the like button, and just enjoy the fun times. Get your comments in, and have fun with us all. So let's talk through to start off with, Holly, the lineups, because the match is on in 25 minutes time ish, and it's a big game, and you wouldn't normally sit there and go Spurs Fulham, oh, that's a big game, because to me it doesn't even feel like a derby, it doesn't feel like anything, right? You can't start saying every game in London is a derby, because you'd have bloody million derbies every time you played anyone anywhere near you. But let's go through the Fulham lineup to start off with, just kind of so we're at least unbiased as we can be. So for those of you who don't know the lineups, it goes Leno, Castagna, Bassi, Ream, Robinson, Paulinho, Lukic, De Cordova-Reid, Andreas, Willian, and our good friend Vinicius. Is there anything in that lineup that says, that surprises you, or anything that, you're sitting there thinking that, that's a danger man? And kind of what are your thoughts on Fulham?
I think, obviously, with Delicious Vinicius up top, not that he's got a point to prove, but I think it will be one of those where he scores against us. That could potentially happen. I think I did say 2-1. Like you said, I think it's going to be a close game and an important game, especially one where we're kind of looking for a bit of revenge in respects, obviously, going out of the cup game. So I think everybody's got a point to prove tonight. But yeah, I think for me, Delicious Vinicius is the only one that really stands out, because I'm sure he'll love to score against us.
Yeah, definitely. And it's one of those, isn't it? Is there anybody in our lineup that you think, because we'll go through our lineup in a minute, but anybody that was in that cup game that really has got a point to prove, or because there were so many changes, it's just got to be a completely new slate and just crack on with it?
I think it's going to be a new slate. I think, obviously, there was so many changes, like you said, in that cup game. It's almost like we kind of have to put that to bed now and be like, right, new start, we're in the Prem, let's just go and get this done. And I think that is the most important thing. I think we want to ride and keep this momentum up, especially with, obviously, them not down the road managing to do so annoyingly. But it'd be nice to obviously keep up with them as well. So, yeah, I think in terms of us, it'd just be nice. I think you're going to go into the lineup, so I'll hold off what I'm going to say, but I'm going to let you go again.
Exactly. And welcome to Kallum, better late than never, but good to see you, buddy. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, mate. Thanks for having me on again. It's great to be back, and it's actually nice to be doing something a little bit different to usual, so it's a nice change.
Exactly, mate. And we've got a few people in the chat. So we've got Dave's daughter, Rihanna, who has said, I thought you were on at 7:30, lads. Yeah, sorry about that. You can blame Kallum. And Winnie has said, see you soon, because Winnie will be on as soon as he's put his child to bed. So, shout out to everybody in the chat. If you are watching us live, make sure you get your comments in, and we'll try and read as many out as we can. If you do say someone has scored and we're behind you, then I will be ignoring you. But anyway, let's move on to the Spurs lineup. Pretty much unchanged, apart from the changes that we probably would have expected, Holly. But it's Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, right back, Romero and Van de Ven. Centre backs, Udogie at left back, Højbjerg, Sarr and Maddison in the midfield, and then Kulusevski, Son and Richarlison. Now, quickly, Holly, on that one, the Højbjerg for Bissouma change is pretty much guaranteed what you'd expect, right?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, there's talks about Skippy coming in, but I think every time we've relied on Højbjerg so far this season, whether this be late on in the game where he comes on, he does a job. And I'm hoping tonight from the off he's going to do a job, because we all know that Bissouma is levels above him, I feel, definitely this season. Obviously, he was a silly Billy last game, so we have to have Højbjerg in. But no, I've got confidence in him that when we need him, he's going to be all right.
Yeah, definitely. And Kallum, because Holly just mentioned about potential of like Skip coming in, but to me, when I've watched Ange's Spurs, he prefers to play Skip where Sarr plays in a more kind of attacking role, where he's able to roam forward if he wants. That Højbjerg role is probably just going to be a sit and hold role, right?
Exactly. We need him as a dustman. He's just going to clear up any rubbish that's going on. Simple as that, mate. So, yeah, I think pretty much he's got the sort of sit there, hold, drop into a back three if he needs to, and just clean up any mess that's going on, because we know Fulham are going to be very much up for this game. So if he is breaking stuff down and doing what Basuma can do, then happy days.
Definitely. Holly, just quick one on that Son Richarlison. I don't want to say pairing, obviously, but those two. It's looking likely that Son will play through the middle and Richarlison on the left. Do you see that?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's it sounds awful, but I think that's kind of where we're seeing that dynamic work now. I think playing Sonny through the middle, I mean, the goals he scored already this season is due to him being in that forefront in the middle. Richarlison has had many opportunities already this season. I'm not saying that he's not going to be able to do the business at Spurs, but the patience is wearing thin. But I think out on the wide, he definitely does a better job, I would say so at the minute, managing to obviously be that outlet out wide. And then obviously sometimes he's managed to find Sonny in the box. So I think it's probably the best kind of scenario for him. It's quite impressed that obviously Johnson is back on the bench. I think lots of people were hoping that Johnson was potentially going to come in over Richarlison. But I kind of like that even though Richarlison isn't getting the goals in the back of the net, he's also doing stuff, if that makes sense. So it's quite nice that Andrew's kept him in it. But I know that Johnson's going to be obviously clapping at his heels, basically, to get in amongst it.
Yeah, 100%. And Kallum, quickly on that one. So, with Richarlison out wide, especially in this Ange system, it's about being as wide as possible and kind of drawing players out to create spaces for runners in the middle. And when you have Sonny out there compared to Richarlison, yes, he's quicker, but Sonny's ability in the box is a lot better than Richarlison's. And so therefore you would want Son in the middle as opposed to Richarlison, right?
Exactly. Sonny's more effective up front. Richarlison is a nightmare to play against. As we know, he's got the tricks, he's got the flicks, just about the end product that's a lot to be desired. But if he's doing all that right, dragging people out, then it means that different people can get up front as well. So, yeah, I think it's kind of what we expected, and you can't really expect Johnson to come straight in after being out injured that long, even though he was good when he played against Arsenal. So, yeah, good option off the bench all round.
Yeah, definitely. And I also think that, having Johnson to come in late in the game, because we've seen us score a lot of goals late on in the games, when teams are tired and they're trying to fight against us, to bring on someone that can inject pace, because also we've got Brian Hill on the bench as well, who can also do that. Just to go through the bench, if anyone's interested, it's Forster, Royale, Dyer, Phillips, Skip, Lo Celso, Hill, Johnson, and Valise. So there are some players in there to come in and do the dirty work, or create an extra bit of space if we need to. So it's looking good. Holly, before you have to go, what do you think the score's going to be today?
I think it's going to be very close still. I don't think we've come to that time where we're going to have a battering just yet. I know we're all waiting to see obviously an Angeball 5-1 kind of scoreline, but I think it's going to be 2-1. Like we've kind of all said, Fulham are going to be up for it. We're going to be up for it to get a bit of revenge. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-1.
Definitely. And for those of you that are interested and have missed our score predictions, I will run through them now because the score prediction table is heating up. So I will pull up the table very quickly. So I'm on top with 12, then Wynnie with 10, Dave on 7, Harry on 6, and Kallum on 4. And the score predictions this week were Dave 1-1 draw, Harry 3-1 Spurs, Wynnie 2-1 Spurs, same as you, Holly, Kallum 2-0 Spurs, and I went also for a 2-1 Spurs. So if we don't concede today, Kallum, and we win, and you get your 3 points, we could be seeing you rise off the bottom of the table, but you never know. Anyway, Holly, I will let you go because I know you've got to go on your own stream. Please don't take all of our viewers, but if you do want to watch Holly, you can probably watch them side by side, and we can both benefit from it. But how can everybody find you if they want to?
I was going to say, no, thank you for having me. Like I say, I do appreciate coming on. I know I'm really bad and so unorganised sometimes, but I'm here tonight. It might be for a little while, but I'm here. But no, thank you for having me. Just find me over on Holly's Hotspurs. I normally do a show every Monday at 7 p.m. Obviously, there's a game tonight, so there's a little bit of a 60 situation. But no, thank you again for having me. And like always, make sure before you even decide to come into mine, make sure you stay here, like, subscribe, and all the good stuff.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Holly. Enjoy the game.
Thank you, Andrew. Let's hope no one in the comments ruins it, though. See you later.
See you later. Bye.
See you later.
And that was that. What a flying introduction it was from Holly. But it's good to see that she's gone for the same score as some of us, and she's also not thinking that we won't keep a clean sheet. So, what are your thoughts now? The game's only like kind of few minutes, 15 minutes away.
One of my initial reactions is actually towards the bench. When I was looking at it, it's a very ambitious attacking bench. And when you think that Ben Davies has actually dropped out, I don't know whether that's injury based or whether that's something else that's gone on. But based on how it's been all the way through, Ben Davies has been one of Angie's go-to guys as a defensive stability part. To see Dyer on there ahead of Davies and even Phillips ahead is quite interesting, because obviously the closest thing we've got to then a left back or a left wing back cover is Brian Hill. So potentially we could see Brian Hill deployed as an inverted wing back today. So that could be an interesting thing to see. It's one of them where, I love my Football Manager. It is a position where the analysts say he can play. So that could be a fun one to go along with it. But no, I'm actually really looking forward to it. And I think it's quite interesting when you look at Fulham with a 4-3-3, us with a 4-2-3-1 that usually converts to 3 at the back with 4 in the midfield to attack and different bits like that. I think it's going to be a very positive game from both sides. And as we know, hopefully we come out on top. But it's going to be a positive game, I think, from our side at least. And if we do win, then I don't think Barney will be very happy with us either for a little while.
Exactly, mate. Yeah. Do you know, it is interesting, but one thing you've forgotten when talking all the way through that, right, is I don't know why Ben Davies is out. Could be because of an international break that's just happened. Maybe he's not, fully 100% for this, but you still expect him to be on the bench. But Eric Dyer has played at right back in his past. He's played on the left side of defence. You could end up seeing, late on in the game, if we're winning and we haven't conceded and we're 1-0 up, could see Eric Dyer coming on and, either coming in at right back or even potentially at left back, dare I say. But who knows? It's a very good point.
We do have Emerson. We do have Emerson, so he could be deployed there as well. Yeah. Porro can be deployed there at a lesser extent, but you never know. It could just be, like you said, something like that. I mean, I will scour Twitter to see if there's anything about it that maybe Ali Gold has come up with, something like that. So there could be some interesting news behind it, or it could just be one of them ones. Just he's not fit enough to play today.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's always interesting coming back off an international break. But, we win today, we go 2 points clear at the top of the league. And, it's still early days. And I'm not suggesting here, we win today and we win the league. But you saw Arsenal scrape a draw at the weekend. You saw City, have dropped points twice this season already. Spurs are still there. We're still unbeaten. And if we win tonight, 2 points clear at the top, it's not over, but it's looking good, isn't it?
You're going to keep asking me this question every time I come on, and I'm not going to change my opinion till Christmas, mate. I'm just going with the flow. I'm just going game by game, game by game. But yeah, based on all the teams around us dropping points, and obviously City are obviously still struggling after they lost that Wolves game to catch up a little bit. But yeah, if we stay top of the league, happy days, happy days. More annoyed Arsenal fans, and obviously, if we do go top this time, they can't say we're sharing it with them. So that's the great part about it, mate.
Exactly, mate. And I don't know if you saw, because we posted it on our TikTok account, but we reposted the Paddy Power video that they released this week, and it was just absolutely sensational. There's a thing with Paddy Power and their videos, and every time they're absolutely sensational, aren't they?
Yeah, I have seen part of it, and I think, as always, it's absolutely gold. It's just brilliant, mate. You can't complain. You can't complain. And I don't advocate for betting sites whatsoever. I am not a betting man, but I will say that they do get some stuff right.
Yeah. I wouldn't class myself as a betting man. I would class myself as a throwing money away for absolutely no reason man, more than anything. But yeah, don't bet, people. Is the answer
Yeah,
to that.
I'm not allowed. I'm not allowed to do that, mate. If I do that, I get in trouble with the missus.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. And that's not what you want. As you say, there's quite an attacking options on that bench as well, isn't there? Valise, Johnson, Brian Hill, the Celso, who could come in and replace Madison if he needed to at that point. But as you say, in defensive options, it's a little bit more interesting, right? We've got Royale, Dyer, and Phillips. Do you think we're going to need to rely on these extra bench players, or?
I mean, obviously, we've got 5 options, so to come on. Obviously, international break's always a bit more difficult when you have got players that might not be fully up to speed, but when you do have them options, you've got to use them wisely. And to be able to change out most of our front three, mainly decent options at centre, or like central midfield options as well, and then having your centre back options. So if we do need them, I think there is enough players there to do something to at least shore a game up. My only question is, do we have enough options there to change a game if we are chasing? That's my only sort of concern, because we know that realistically that Angie's teams can concede. So if they do have to have an option off the bench to make that change, realistically, I would only say maybe Johnson and Lo Celso have that sort of thing about them. So yeah, I honestly don't know, mate. It's going to be very interesting to see how it goes. And we've shown that we're not short of goals in this team. We can create stuff from a lot of different areas. It's just literally where we make it fit. And if we get the game plan right, and if they follow what Ange wants to do, and we use the subs right, then it'd be good. We don't want Ange making subs at 80 plus minutes if we're chasing a game 2-0 down or something like that, because then we know that we're really not in the right position. But I hope it doesn't even get to that point, mate.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a thing I've been thinking about this week, and it might sound a little bit crazy, right? But, I'm thinking far into the future here, Callum. So you're going to have to just, humor me for a little bit of time. But I've been thinking about, Spurs in the latter stages of the season fighting for the title, right? You know what? I was thinking about Arsenal last season. You know how they went top of the league all the way through the season and then bottled it at the end of this campaign, right? I kind of want Spurs to not be top for the whole time, because I feel in myself it would put too much pressure on me, let alone, all the players. What are your thoughts on that? Or do you think that's just insane behaviour?
Well, I mean, have you been trying to shine my head and hoping a genie comes out, or that you're trying to see into a crystal ball? Yeah, I get where you're coming from, mate. And obviously, Arsenal were brilliant last season, and we can't get away from it at all. But when it came to the time that they had to step up. They had a lot of injuries. They showed that a lot of their players were younger as well. They still had a lot to learn from. And I do agree with you that I'd rather be hanging around sort of second, third, fourth, with a couple of points in it here and there to have a bit of fluidity and a flexibility. But it's like I've said all along, I don't want an unnecessary pressure of a title charge anyway. I just want the team to play and that people can actually enjoy themselves. And I would rather have an FA Cup run this year and go for a top four to then use that to improve us going forward. But there's been very valid points raised by people saying this could be our best chance to go for it without European football, without so many competitions going on. So my views are always very mixed. I'm very much sort of a centre of the park sort of person who goes with it, explores where we're going, understands what's going on, and then try to work it out from there, not trying to pin anything down. So I don't think your thoughts are invalid, mate. And I will humour you to say that if we do get to sort of maybe April more than March, if we're sort of in and about it, then we know where we are. And if you base it on the stats, usually the team that's top at Christmas is either first or second. And that sort of, you can start gauging your opinion at Christmas. You can start then seeing the pattern of results going through. But obviously, as we know, we was top at some point last season and that fell away. We've been top before and lost. We came third in a two-horse race back in 2015, 2016 season. So I don't think you can sort of put yourself in a position where you dream and then you're upset when, if you don't expect anything, and as we know, we was all predicting that we was going to be 8th or 9th at the start of the season, to us kind of changing our opinion now where we're more towards the top 4 or top 6. Don't overestimate yourself and then be disappointed when something happens. When, if you don't expect anything and something nice happens, then you get a nice little surprise at the end of it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. You know, kind of be in a sense pessimistic, and then you can be, you know, quietly, you know, happy about it, rather than be expectant and be, you know, loudly disappointed, I suppose, is where you're going with it. But I don't know. I think tonight is incredibly important, right? Because we're just seeing the teams come out onto the pitch, and it's incredibly important because in the past, Kallum, this team, regardless of players, this team's Tottenham Hotspur have gone into games like today where we win, we go back to the top of the league, 2 points clear, and we lose, right? It's like last week, before the international break, where if we won that game against Luton, we would go top, and, you know, results went our way, and then we ended up top in the international break. But we managed to get it over the line. Again, I feel like it's going to be like that every time we play, you know, kind of last, or we play at a point whereby we can really kind of stamp our authority down. And, you know, I'm just hoping today that we just keep it going. Just keep it going. That you know, we're gonna get that win when we need it, and we just take every game at a time.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. And by us playing last, we know where we stand. We know what we've got to aim for. Whereas if we get all these 12:30 kickoffs and they end up pinning us down, and I hate 12:30 kickoffs on a Saturday. I think they're the worst games. I'd rather a three o'clock watershed moment compared to that. But yeah, if we can keep knocking on people's doors, we can do it. We can keep going. Then that'd be great. And if we can get all the points we can at Tottenham, that'd be brilliant. Turn our home into a fortress. If we do that, that's a good standing point, springboard forward. So obviously, yeah, to be honest, mate, it's what we want. And obviously, if I can just go to the game quickly, obviously, we are observing a minute silence for Bobby Charlton, who unfortunately passed away this week, who, no matter what team he played for, he was a legend for England. He was a legend in the game itself. So it's one of them where I always looked up to Bobby Charlton when I was growing up, one way or another. So, yeah, such a sad time, and all the best to his friends and family for his sad passing away.
Definitely, mate. And as you say, just an absolutely sensational footballer. You know, we are too young to have witnessed him play, but as you say, he was a World Cup winner, a European Cup winner. He was sadly involved in the Munich air disaster as well, which he managed to survive where many others didn't. Still managed to, have an incredible career, and always had the most incredible comb over I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly. So obviously, lovely to see the minute silence, and yeah, here we go. We've got the lovely team huddle as always, as the Spurs players love to do now. So yeah, that's brilliant, and we will be starting off with a Fulham kickoff.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, so with Lukic will be taking the kickoff. And our referee tonight is Anthony Taylor.
Do you know what? I never follow referees. Is that good or bad?
Nor do I, to be honest, mate. I just know him by name. So we do have kickoff. And first shot to Fulham, and it couldn't be any further left of the post, mate.
Sensational. I am slightly behind, so we'll see how we get on with this. You might have to tell me when anything ever happens, but let us know if you are in the comments section, because we do have Shirag with us. So evening to you. If you are there, make sure. Oh yeah, I've just seen that absolutely wild effort from De Cordova-Reid for absolutely no reason whatsoever. But if you are new, you are in the comments, you want to say hello, let us know. Oh. And we may, at the end of the game, if you're still with us, invite you on to have a little say of yourself, what you thought of the game. We'll see who's interested, and we can get the link out to you, and you can join in, get your camera on, and let us know your thoughts in the game. But Spurs, are starting walking pace when they come out from the back, which is interesting to see, isn't it? But I think it's, especially when a team sits kind of off you when we play out from the back, there's literally no need, is there, to try and play quickly out from the back.
Exactly. Son through? Nope. Son has lost the ball just outside the box, but as we were discussing pre-show, Richarlison is causing all sorts of trouble, as always. Oh, and Son has just missed.
I'm going to have to catch you up on that one, but
I'm on 1 minute 55 at the moment, sir.
About 25 seconds behind you, so talk me through
it. So Maddison, as always, putting the ball through, playing it along the lines. I'm just waiting to see if Son was offside.
Yeah, I've just seen that now. Leno with the legs out there.
I mean, I actually like Leno as a goalkeeper. I think he's actually.
Oh, don't give me that. No, stop it right now. There is no. You know what? I play a lot of. Well, I like to say I play a lot. He is onside, Son. I play a little bit of Ultimate Team. If I ever pack an Arsenal player, straight in the bin. Not even getting anywhere near my squad.
Well, what about someone like Odegaard or something like that? Or just no?
Just quick sale. See you later. Don't even bother having them in my squad, mate.
So short free kick by Maddison. Picked out Udogie, but yeah, it was one of them where kind of expected Maddison to shoot and then kind of drops off short. No one really expected it to be passed to Udogie, so it's all right. they called over Reed has just flattened Maddison as well. So, which is a fun part of it, mate. They called over Reed to sum up the first 5 minutes of his game, one wide shot, and him putting James Maddison on his backside.
Did he get a card?
No, just a warning. Just a warning. It was one of them where he just banged into him and all that, mate. It's one of them where you know that contact's going to happen in the game.
Oh, it was off the ball as well. Like, it was stupid from everybody, really. Like, you look at Maddison, the ball's gone, and he kind of jumps as the touch, as it comes. But it's stupid from Day over Reed because, as you say, he's not even trying to win the ball there.
He's one of them players where he's got no brain behind him. He's just pure strength. It's just go run, and he'll go. But I think he actually does score some goals for Fulham. So if it works for them, then good luck to him. Lovely bit of footwork by Van der Ven there to run the ball along, try and win it. Then Fulham try and take it off of him. Then he wins it again and skins one of the Fulham players. So I can't complain. Oh. So Richarlison can't cross the ball, as we know, unless it's along the floor. But it ended up in an offside at the end of the sequence anyway, mate. So, yeah.
Oh, but yeah. Maddison, I'm watching Van der Ven with his absolute, twinkle toes.
Very interesting stat
from Maddison to Udogie to before that, and then out to Richarlison. But as you say, the best time is when he. Do you remember when he did the? That's not a bad cross, Kallum. I'm not having that. That's not a bad cross. That's just it was literally on the penalty spot. I would imagine there's just nobody there. Anyway, I don't know why are we crossing when Son's the only one in the box.
Yeah, especially as we know Son doesn't really score headed goals. So play across along the floor or a fast whipped in ball.
I think he's talking about my quick sell on Ultimate Team.
So another person that is like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of them out there, mate.
That's true. To be fair, I can't remember the last time.
Have you heard of that guy, Pieface?
Yeah, isn't he the Twitch streamer?
Yeah. So I saw a video of him earlier. He quick sold Ollie Watkins because Ollie Watkins at some point once played for Exeter. I know, yeah, that's extreme, yeah.
Jesus Christ, when must that have been? Because I mean, Watkins wasn't it? I'm trying to think. Ollie Watkins he went to, I think, was it Bristol City or something like that? Then went to Brentford, then went on to Villa, obviously. And I mean, Brentford are really regretting that sale now because look how, and this is me going to be in my most professional voice, Ollie Watkins is shit hot right now and all that, mate. He is outstanding. And if... Oh! Van der Ven just over the bar. Brilliant free kick into the box, knocked back in by Romero. And Van der Ven just couldn't get couldn't keep the ball down to get onto his feet.
We've got Shay, the Arsenal fan, in the chat. Big up as an Arsenal fan and being nice and watching the game. Thank you, Shay, for joining us. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button. Ooh. Oh, yeah, he's gone for a little side-footed volley. Ooh. What's happened? Tell me, Kallum, what's going on?
Oh, just outside the box, Kulusevski played an outstanding ball forward, and Porro has gone straight into the box, but Anthony Robinson has just clipped Porro's boot just on the edge of the box by probably about 2-3 yards. So, yeah, I mean, all the Spurs players were obviously remonstrating, saying, well, he goes down and he goes down in the box. Well, no, the contact is made outside the box. So even though we would love a penalty, if we're actually commenting wanting a penalty, then I don't know what's going through their head.
Yeah. I think it's his momentum, as you say, takes him into the box, doesn't it? But just, if anyone's still keen on the Ollie Watkins chat, 2014 to 2017, he made 68 appearances and scored 21 goals.
Oh, what for Exeter? Hey.
Yeah. So that's about 1 in 3.
What league were they in? Vanarama North?
Probably. Yeah, he went on loan to Western Supermare in 2014 to 15. Scored 10 goals in 24 appearances then. Anyway, and then he went Brentford, and then he went, oh my God, he played 132 times for Brentford and scored 45 goals.
Wow.
But then he's been at Aston Villa 116 appearances and scored 44 goals. So he's not prolific, is he?
What a waste. What a waste. Kulusevski, Maddison played the free kick and then picked up by Kulusevski and just went high and wide into the box and dropped through Doji. Now we're pretty much more in the centre third, if anything, now. But no, we're actually getting a lot of space, which I didn't imagine we would get from Fulham. So I think it's looking good. Offside. So all of that nice play and what width ends in an offside position.
Yeah, it was
so
well blocked, wasn't it, from that Kulusevski's shot, looped over, and then we tried to just slowly recirculate the ball, which I'm not, a lot of people like, hoof it forward, blah, 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 get it and get it back as fast as possible. But I don't mind it, retain possession. I just seen that then. Kulusevski offside. How's he gone offside there?
I don't know, mate.
He can see all the way along.
He just didn't read the lines properly. Simple as that. I think he must have been as part of that VAR team.
Oh, it's tight though, isn't it? It's tight.
Yeah, exactly.
Shay has said, what's our score predictions? So I'll just run through them for those of you that missed that earlier when we went through that. So Kallum went for 2-0 Spurs. I went for 2-1 Spurs.
Ooh. First Fulham attack. Good clearance by Romero. One of the only problems with having the inverted fullbacks are being so tight in the middle that you do leave a lot of space off to the right and left to allow them to get into position. And they called over Reed. Nice ball in. And Vinicius, obviously one of our ex-players, was in a good position. But Romero came over and cleaned up quite nicely.
Oh, he's free. Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh!
Talk to me.
Good save.
Anyway, we'll run through that in a minute. So we'll just go back through the scores. Sorry to Shay. I went for 2-1 Spurs. Winnie, who will be joining us later, went 2-1 Spurs. Harry went 3-1 Spurs. And Dave went 1-1. But Shay has gone for 3-3. So stick with us, Shay, and let us know what you think towards the end. Right, so we'll just talk through that Vicario save. So the corner came in, big header, and that's a brilliant hand from Vicario.
Yeah, very good save, mate. Very good save, and you just had to feel for Højbjerg a little bit. That he did take a bit of a hit there, but it looks like he's going to have a nice little battle at the moment with their. Well, he's going to have a nice little battle with Carlos Vinicius, I think, in the box, and they're doing a little bit of pushing, a little bit of stuff here. So yeah, I think we'll be seeing an interesting battle.
From Jesus, just seen that stat on the screen. The save ratios of goalkeepers: 78% from Vicario and Alisson 77, I think it was, or 76. So it's all right going for the deep, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm so glad we got him. I'm very glad we got him, and he's proven to be a brilliant shot stopper who can actually kick a ball and actually distribute from the back.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Why are they giving that? I mean, and I know you're in front of me, but why are they giving that as a foul on Udogie?
I don't know, mate, to be honest. It's one of them. But, I mean, it's all right, though. Richarlison's just got clotheslined and flipped up in the air. So, I mean, that's quite funny. It's like when you see a pigeon fly out of Trafalgar Square. He's literally gone up in the air. So I mean, to be fair, Fulham are playing quite on the edge at the moment, but happy days. Happy days. It's making an interesting contest so far. I think we've had the better play, but I would say they've probably had the better chances at the moment. Obviously, with that,
You made it sound much more dramatic than the clothesline. I was
I know,
expecting the guy to do somersaults.
I
He's
was
just
just getting
fallen
your hopes up, mate.
over whoever
I
that
was just
is
getting your
playing right
hopes
back.
up because I
Castagna,
could see
probably.
the smile on your face. I'm allowed to be a little bit like that, mate. Come
Dramatic,
on.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
fair enough. It makes it more interesting since I'm behind on the game. So when something does happen, I can expect
I know
it.
you've got to believe you've got to believe everything that I say.
I know exactly. Yeah, shitting myself, to be honest with you, mate.
But no, to be fair, we've got some nice sequences going on at the moment. I think he's just trying to get the ball into Son because I haven't seen enough of him on the ball yet. It's definitely a lot more either down the flanks or through the centre position. So you know that if we're going to make any inroads in this game, we're going to have to get Maddison, we're going to have to get Son onto the ball as sort of our go-to guys. So if we can do it, then happy days. But I don't think there's Richarlison just trying to play skills and tricks and gets it knocked out for throwing. But
I'm not
yeah,
sure what Winnie's doing here, but not sure what that means, Winnie. Let us know a little bit more information.
Probably trying to get his internet working.
Yeah, probably.
So
Yeah.
he's got the same as Dave. It's running out the back of a removal van at the moment.
I think Dave stole his out the back of a van, didn't he? His internet.
I was going to say, ain't he running it off a dongle? Who the hell has a dongle?
Could be worse. You could be on Harry's hamster fucking internet.
Oh, I was going to say, it's ridiculous.
Right.
But yeah,
so
I'm
still at the throw-in here. It's now gone into Son.
Yeah, so I'm on 15:34 right now.
Yeah, basically
so you're probably
30 seconds behind you.
Yeah. So you've gone a little bit further behind than you was earlier, which is brilliant.
I had to go through every single can't tell you where I'm watching, but I went through every single version of it, and this was the one that was furthest ahead. So we'll have to stick with this. What are your thoughts 15 minutes into the game then? Spurs don't look to be tested at all. We look comfortable on the ball. Low block from Fulham. That's what I'm feeling.
I think definitely Fulham are sitting quite tight. They're getting sort of everything they need to do right. We're trying the flicks and tricks, but I don't think we've been as effective as we could be. We're not using everything at our disposal yet, but it's like we always start games, we have to grow into them. So I just hope that we don't get made to suffer it. And I think there's a couple of wayward passes.
God, Willian's just been shot. I don't know if you saw that. As I said about 30 seconds ago, Willian looked like he'd been shot when he did about 6 roly-polies on the floor. But that, sorry to interrupt you, but that's what annoys me, though, is like...
Up back on his arse anyway now.
is that Romero was really wasteful before that. A few phases of play before that, he picked the ball up, and it was simple in defence, played back from Van der Ven, and then he made like kind of an aimless cross-field pass that just got intercepted.
Yeah, it's very interesting when Romero does try and play these crossfield passes because you can see him like that Alderweireld-esque stuff that we had a couple of years ago. And he does do all right with them, but not all of them come off.
Yeah.
And it's...
You know who is good at that? Eric Dyer. Eric Dyer to Dele Alli when Poch was there, over the top. That was the combo every time. Eric Dyer is a better passer of the ball, long distance, than Christian Romero. I'm putting that out there.
What shit have you been smoking?
Can't tell you that either.
Yeah, conveniently. No, to be fair, you got a valid point, mate. And Richarlison, no, one good cross along the ground, but picked up by a Fulham defender first. But one back possession and turnover in play. So Fulham on the attack now. But Van der Ven, wow, that man is rapid. He is absolutely rapid, mate. He is a freak of nature. At 22, to have that much pace and being 6'5", is he something like that? I've not seen someone build up that momentum and speed going behind them just to clear up after that. So no, it's interesting. No, to be fair though, you are right about Dyer, mate. He does have a good passing range.
Just unbelievable defending from Van der Ven. He's tracked Vinicius the entire way and just played the ball out for a throw-in.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Do you know, I'm going to throw it out there. I don't think Vinicius would actually be a bad option to have as in someone like an Ange system.
Right. I'm going to listen before commenting. And why do you think that?
I just think he is an actual good poacher of the ball. I think that he does pop up with some decent goals. And I think that he does have good movement off the ball, which Ange would kind of like. I think I'd prefer to have him as an option than Richarlison up front. But
yeah,
it's open to interpretation. And he weren't actually that bad for us. He did get 10 goals, but admittedly, though, 3 or 4 of them were against Marine when we played in the FA Cup.
I know, and he did his Mbappe celebration.
Oh, don't.
In the goal at Marine. That was just memes galore, wasn't it, at that time?
Exactly, mate. That was where we got our youngest goal scorer in Spurs' history. I think that day when Alfie Devine scored for us. Yeah. To be fair,
who was it before that? Tom Carroll.
It was either Tom Carroll or John Bostock. I think it was something like that. I mean, another failed Spurs academy product.
He plays at. I think he was playing last season, wasn't he? At, I don't want to say Notts County.
Bostock, really, or Tom Carroll?
Yeah. No, Bostock. Oh, Tom Carroll. I've no idea where he is these days.
He was at Swansea for a long time, but then I don't know where. And then he went to QPR, I think, and then he disappeared off the radar. But just a little one here. Udogie is down and injured at the moment. He is on the floor holding his ankle, so hopefully not anything serious. No, he's back up now, so we're good there. But yeah,
no, it's a good segue about Tom Carroll actually, because he currently plays for Exeter City. So going all the way back round.
I know John Bostock did a load of the circuit, didn't he? Though he did like all of the Belgian clubs and ended up
the whole of Eastern Europe at some point.
Yeah, tell me about it. So many young
John
players.
Bostock. Oh yeah, it's still at Notts County. Oh, look at that knowledge. Do you know the only reason why I know? Because he pretty much... I watched the Wrexham Notts County game, and I think he scored a free kick, the opening goal.
I was going to say, he was one of them that had all the potential and just didn't use it.
I saw him score in a pre-season friendly against... I'm sure it was him. Or was it Jake Livermore? Oh, I can't remember now. Now I'm going to feel like an absolute idiot. I went to a pre-season friendly at Wembley. It was called the Wembley Cup. And Spurs played Barcelona, and then Celtic played like Al Ali or someone, like on the same day. So you got to watch like the Celtic game first, and then you got to watch Spurs game afterwards. Pretty good day out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit of pointless fact for you all. But that was
was that a new Wembley or old Wembley?
No, bloody hell, not that old, lad. Oh my god, new Wembley. Yeah, I would have been.
Oof. Oh, that's a shame. Playing some nice stuff, Spurs.
So a
The
long
problem
time ago.
is we're trying to break Fulham down, but we're not taking enough shots. We're trying to dribble the ball into the box,
Yeah.
and because of how deep Fulham are playing right now, they are very much blocking off most of the options, if not all of them, that are available.
Kulusevski then previously should have really taken, when he cut inside then, he really should have taken a shot. Also, like Maddison then dancing into the box should try and just get a shot away at some point.
And then Son's just tried to play through Charleston as well. And he had probably not that much space, but he could have let hit with something. And
I think we overpass it sometimes. I've seen it before earlier in the season when we've been like, somebody's pretty much been through on goal and then they've played an extra pass. I just saw that one then, the Son to Richarlison. As you say, Son's at the edge of the box. Why isn't he shooting?
Exactly. And we know that Son can take long shots. So, it's one of them.
I don't think Maddison helped the situation though before. Like a few phases of play even before that, he drilled the ball so fast into Son's feet.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, when you think about it, the stats are saying that Spurs have had 2 shots, 0 on target. Fulham 4 shots, 1 on target, which obviously resulted in the Vicario save. We are dominating possession. We've got the most touches in the opposition box. The touches we have got are 2. So they're not sort of outstanding at the moment. And Kulusevski once again offside.
Oh yeah, just looking at them now. But then this is what we've talked about all season, right? We are slow under Ange's system, but I suppose it's about making teams run, making teams kind of chase the ball, and then late on in the games, that's when we're seeing a lot of our goals, isn't it?
That's the thing. We wait for teams to tire, and then we open the space up. But you've got to always consider that, oh my God, so Vicario just passed straight out to a Fulham player, and we're now playing Lloris ball around the box.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How was Kulusevski offside then, by the way?
Because he ran back for an offside position. If you have a look at it.
Oh, Vicario, what are you doing, lad?
Tell me about it.
Ooh. I know nothing happens, but it's still anxious.
It's Lloris ball around the box.
Yeah. That's where you need to just get like your head together, because he ran out of his box. First of all, he made a poor pass out wide, and then the ball came back to him, and then he played another poor pass. Like at some point, you've just got to get rid.
And Højbjerg with a shot straight at Leno.
At least we got a shot on target.
Well, yeah, a nice bit of play. Maddison passes it to Højbjerg. The problem is it's straight down the throat of Leno. So,
oh yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, straight through the Fulham defence, kind of opened them up and all that. And nice bit of footwork from Maddison to get it through. And once again, Romero doing a long ball straight into a Fulham defender.
Oh, wonderful. That's what we want to see, isn't it?
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
It's nice that from Maddison, like little shift out wide. As you say, it's just gone directly straight, isn't it? That Højbjerg shot. I don't know if it's actually going to go over eventually, but just watching it again.
Hard to say, mate. Let's put it this way. Based on what I've seen, Vinicius is actually giving not Van der Ven, but Romero a little bit of sort of issues. He's definitely up in his face a little bit. So I hope Romero keeps his composure.
He might be trying to target Romero now rather than Van der Ven, because he knows he can't beat Van der Ven in a foot race.
Whereas he definitely can beat Romero probably in a foot race, I'd say.
Yeah, just saw him launch Romero off the pitch.
Yeah, to be fair though, Romero played it well, won won the throw-in. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. The two people that are annoying me quite a lot tonight already.
Charlton getting rugby tackled pretty much to the floor.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
The
but
two people that are actually annoying me, though, are Richarlison and Kulusevski at the moment. They are being so wasteful. There's no sort of creativity from the sides at the moment, I don't think. And because we are playing quite narrow with the inverted fullbacks or wing backs, there's not enough space to allow it. A lot of it's straight down the throat of Fulham. We're not doing enough to do it at the moment, and I don't think Son's being really used correctly as well. But
it drilled
Maddison,
passes, isn't it, directly into his feet?
Yeah. So Kulusevski right down the right-hand flank. Oh, and Richarlison's just missed. Such a good run by Kulusevski down the right. Played it back into the centre, and Richarlison did everything right apart from the shot.
Yes, this is what we do well, right? So this is a counter attack from a Fulham attack. A very quick attack, as you say.
Have a look at this, though. I mean, literally, Kulusevski has done everything right, and you think maybe he's cutting back in, so he's going to try and put it on his left-hand side, but he doesn't. And then Richarlison is prime in position, and he just doesn't get the best connection on it.
He has to go far post, surely.
And now Son's just got it all wrong again. I mean, we're getting shots on target, and we're getting shots on goal now, but Son on the half turn he's running back and he just doesn't get it right, and he just turns and there's no power in it whatsoever, just straight at Leno's feet. So I mean, at least we're growing into the game now. So I hope that we take this momentum in and get one before half time to then make it a little bit different, because we're actually playing some nice football. It's just the clinical finishing which we had against bloody Luton 2 weeks ago, which I don't want it to be again. And I'm glad I haven't predicted 5-0 this time.
I think Maddison needed to play Son in a lot earlier then as well. I think, he took an extra touch and Son was then just not on his toes and was more on his heels. And again, most of our shots are coming outside the box, though, aren't they?
Exactly. There's a lot of long shots or just on the edge of the box. And if you're going to take a long shot, at least get some bloody power behind it, because at the moment, they're fizzling out ridiculously.
What is Sarr doing there? Just getting bullied off the ball by Palhinha, like...
Well, he's not the biggest guy, mate. Come on, give him a break. He's only 20.
I don't care about age. You shouldn't be pushed off the ball like that. Not having that whatsoever.
Well, then call up the VAR geezer. Oh, handball of appeal. Yeah, don't think anything gonna be. Bassey sliding in, not much to it, to be honest, mate. Oh.
What are you laughing at?
Nah, just us being just idiots, allowing Fulham to do a full turnover in play whilst we was getting a review done.
Yeah, I think they talk about his arms being within his silhouette.
Yeah, it's all about this unnatural position now, that where if you're going down, you're sliding in, so your arms have got to be tucked in or in a normal position. Well, if I'm sliding in somewhere, it's not really a natural position one way or another. So it's always a difficult one. But if there is
that was very good defending from Romero. Sorry on that.
Exactly, a good pick up and all that, and he's turned it over.
Decided to run all the way to centre forward position, but
yeah, we're playing some nice football though at the moment, but a lot of it is another one by Maddison, trying to run the ball into the box, and then just a weak shot. They're trying to make stuff happen, but it's a lot of limitations to where they can go and where they can't go for it. And
yeah, it's nice football though.
Exactly, mate. Exactly.
Yeah, like that play started with Udogie at the edge of the box, and then it comes back to the edge of the box to Son, then it goes back to the outside of the box again to Maddison. And it's like, when the players have the ball at the edge of the box, they're always looking to go the other direction, to go back out again, to then come back in.
I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to create space, but there's a difference between creating space or taking away all momentum from the game. And that's what some of it's doing at the moment. But yeah, so it'd be interesting. I think it's got to be more clinical. The problem is they either try too much. And Højbjerg's going to get booked because he's just put Ream up in the air. And this one definitely was him being a little bit too overzealous with the... Oh, wait, no, it was Willian that he put up in the air. I don't know how I mistook Tim Ream for Willian. I'm not going to lie, mate. I'll probably get in trouble for something there or other. But yeah,
I think one's got an afro, the other one doesn't. So I'm not sure how you managed that. But yeah, that was a little bit too much, wasn't it? He's gone absolutely flying and poleaxed him. I don't know what he said. I didn't. Oh.
Yes!
I'm having to celebrate without having seen it.
Oh,
talk
mate,
me through it. Tell me.
Such a good goal, such good build-up play. It just getting to the side of the box. Richarlison getting another assist, getting it into Son's feet, and literally Son has just levelled himself on the half turn, come round and just hit it top bins, mate.
Oh, what a finish that is!
Exactly, mate. Exactly. This is what we want to be watching, and such a good turnover in play.
Yeah.
For Richarlison to do it, and it's so good that Son just remained onside in that position, where he then managed to play it along the line, pick up by Van de Ven into Richarlison, laid it off to
that
Son.
Composure is just unbelievable, isn't it?
Sonny had a little bit of work to do to balance himself out and push him to the edge of the box, but then top bins. So yeah, you can't complain at that, mate. It's what we love.
Bassey with a poor ball out, one back by Van de Ven. Was it the one the ball back?
Yeah, one back by Van de Ven.
It's just terrible defending. Two defenders run into each other. Bassey again runs into his defender. Son just steps by, as you say, and just bends it into the top corner. What a sensational goal that is!
Exactly.
And it's 1-0.
And it's a goal that Harry Kane would be proud of to score himself, mate.
Son's composure there is excellent because there is work to do as well. When he receives the ball, he knows the defender's coming in. He just takes one step to the side and it's just open road, isn't it?
Exactly, mate. And it shows it's a team full of confidence. Simple as that. That Ange just turned a turgid, toxic team with a bad posture and atmosphere into something that just wants to fight for everyone. So
Kulusevski there just bullying whoever was tracking him back.
Exactly, mate. Yeah, we've just got to keep our composure now because we're going all out attack, but I still think Fulham are a threat. Oh, so
those ones where you just kind of keep doing what you were doing. Keep doing what you were doing. Don't commit too many players full when we don't need to. But I tell you what, that's one thing we've seen from this Ange team, right? And that's that winning of balls high up the pitch in dangerous positions. So when Bassey played that ball out, what a tackle that was from Richarlison as well. Yeah, when Bassey plays that ball out, there's always someone there to win it back. And same thing happened. Ooh, just seen that then. Yeah, and then there's always so it's like that goal we scored late on against Sheffield United. That was picked up by Udogie, I think it was, or it could have been Højbjerg at the time. But late on, there was a clearance from Sheffield United, and that's when we picked the ball up, and that's how we were able to score the winner.
Exactly. It's that relentless pressing where they don't give up, and it shows how high their fitness levels are now. And I mean, if you remember last season when they was out in South Korea, when they was all being put through their paces by Conte, it was like, yeah, this is going to put it all through them. They're going to be the fittest team in the league. They're going to be this, they're going to be that.
But we never were.
No, it just killed them. They was just dead before they even got there. But it's about physical and mental strength, and this team have physical and mental strength, and this is what we want to see. Oh,
what's happened?
So many shots where I thought one of them was going to go in, and they really didn't. But such great.
Oh, you've had me thinking we conceded then, you mug.
No, and then Udogie gets in there, and then Kulusevski hits it, and it goes out for I think he's gone out for a corner.
That was a much better
gone
pass
out
from. That is absolutely sensational football, by the way. The passing, the little back heel from Son.
We just won a corner by Porro just shooting the ball straight about 60 yards out along the floor. It's just gone out for a corner. I didn't even see it come off anyone. It's bloody brilliant. I don't know how it happened, but somehow we've got a corner again. Because the first corner from Kulusevski was absolutely dog. It didn't.
Oh yeah, I'm about to watch that now. I mean, I think you're a bit harsh on some of these passes. Oh yeah, Porro just booted the ball out.
Yeah, and somehow it got a corner.
Kulusevski's corner originally went again around in and around the 6-yard box. I think you're being a bit harsh on some of this crossing myself. I think we should be saying where are the players attacking the ball in the box.
Oh yeah, but I just think that where we don't score a lot of headed goals, I think a lot of these crosses are too looped up in the air. Oh.
Yeah.
Corner for Fulham. They called over Reed calling out for a handball against Udogie, but nothing really in it. Hands next to his body, so can't expose him. But good defending by Udogie as well, mate.
Yeah, definitely. If you are watching and you're new or you want to say hello, make sure you get your comments in the comment section, and we'll read everybody's out. Oh yeah, you can't be calling a penalty for that or handball for that.
But to be
fair, plus he's about 1 yard away and just headed it directly at him.
But remember, we tried to make one against Bassi and it hit his shoulder. So I mean, we're not much better, mate. Come on.
You got a call for them, haven't you?
Yeah, if you're going to win it, you're going to try and get anything. But nah, it's not happening, mate. It's not happening on this one. But no, I think it's been a good performance for probably at least 90% of the first half of Spurs, as we are coming up to half time.
Yeah.
8 in the last 15 minutes, 8 shots, 4 on target, 13 touches in the opposition box, 66% possession. So I mean, we're doing it well.
You've seen them, mate, from that first half stats, the first quarter of the match, where we'd only had 2 touches in the opposition box, and now coming towards half time, we had 13. It just shows how much that's ramped up in the second kind of half of the first half.
Exactly, mate. And if you have a look at this Richarlison cross, which just went in, it was a beautiful cross. And Porro playing that inverted wing back role straight in. And if he's maybe a little bit faster or a little bit quicker to get in there, that's a goal and all that. So, I mean...
But this is the problem, though, is that Son picked the ball up to play it out to Richarlison, And it's all right when Harry Kane did that because he'd then loop back round and be in the box. But Son's not making any effort to get in the box. Oh,
I think that's the problem when you are using a converted forward or converted winger.
Hello.
Oh, better late than never. We thought you'd gone to bed as well.
What have I missed? What's been happening? I'm joking. Too much to catch up on.
Oh dear.
We thought you was using Dave's
Wi-Fi
out the back of his van.
What did you say, Luke?
What minute are you on?
I am currently just turning in the 44th minute now.
Oh Christ! You're more ahead than bloody Kallum by the looks of it.
Yeah, I'm 43.55.
Oh, this is good.
I'm 43.26.
That means I get to be the one that lets everyone know. I don't mind that.
Oh shit! I had control. Now I'm losing it. I've
never had control of this.
It's weird. You have control of the channel, Luke, but not, unfortunately, in this circumstance, not what happens in the game. And
exactly.
You don't get.
Oh, here we go.
What's happening, Winnie? Talk us through it.
Oh, mate, Kulusevski just cut in on the left-hand side in the box and should have pulled the trigger, but he decided to dilly-dally like you do on FIFA.
Oh, what a prat. What a prat.
Yeah. You'll see it in a minute, mate. It is literally
maybe about 5 minutes, but I'll get there.
Mate, it is typical Luke on FIFA.
How much can you fanny about in the box there? That is delusional dog shit.
No, that was he should have done better there. This is the problem with Kulusevski. I really, really like him.
Yeah.
But
is that Romero that made the run all the way out from the back?
I don't know, to be honest, mate. I was too focused on Kulusevski.
Yeah. Why is he not shooting?
See, told you.
It's all about the problem.
God.
I hope Kulusevski doesn't come like another Lucas Moura. That I just hope he actually gets some end product. He's young, that's a good thing, but he does look like a one-trick pony at times.
When he had the ball,
we're just cutting in on that left-hand side, and he doesn't use it enough though.
When he had the ball, when you were talking about it, I thought, oh, he's out wide with the ball.
No, mate, he
was like,
mate.
through on goal. Why is he not just his left foot? That's his best foot. Why is he not just bending it into the far corner?
Ooh.
To be fair, Winnie, as hurtful as it was, that's as accurate as you can ever get. Saying it's like
100%, mate. It was you. It was you on FIFA. That's what that was.
Oh.
Yeah, Højbjerg's gone down in the box or just outside the box. No. Oh. So Højbjerg's gone down in the box. Looks like it would be soft if VAR look at this and give a penalty. I don't know if they are looking at it, but
it'd be soft.
No, they're not.
But then do they do it like it's whether you give that a simulation then, and we can't really afford to go down to 10 men. Remember that happened to the thing, isn't it? 2 weeks ago. So
you can't give that a simulation.
No, but no, I suppose it would just be a soft tackle, if anything. I guess is what they put it down as. It's not simulation.
No, big boy that Bassey, isn't he?
He's a big lad. He is a big lad, Bassey.
Do you guys rate Bassey?
He was the Rangers, wasn't he?
Rangers then Ajax, weren't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had like one okay season in the Eredivisie and then kind of went there.
Yeah, fuck Ajax anyway. They're little clowns, aren't they?
They're horrendous.
They're like 17th in the league. They lost.
Yeah, they're in the relegation zone, I think, or maybe just out of it. I'm not sure. I think they're just in it, to be honest.
Yeah, they were people were piping up on Twitter, weren't they, when Steven Bergwijn scored or something for them, and then they ended up losing. That's the only reason why I have any idea what they're doing.
He left to go and win.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. 40, literally 47th minute. And Udoji, in typical fashion, steamed into someone, give away a free kick on the edge of the box, and they've looked at it and it was offside anyway, so they've took the free kick away.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just saw
that. Yeah, I think that's it. That's half time.
Half time.
1-0. I'll take that.
Lovely days. So, how are we all getting on then? Let's talk through our scores. How are we all getting on?
So what? I was 2-1, wasn't I?
Yeah, I was 2-1.
You was
Callum's
boring.
2-0.
You was boring and copied me.
Yeah, I'm looking good for 2-0 if we keep going like this at the moment.
Yeah, Harry 3-1, Dave 1-1. Oh, fucking hope Dave.
Dave 1-1.
I know.
Has negative
Right,
Dave come back?
Is he coming
Dave's
back?
He's probably asleep by now.
Probably, or pissed.
One of the two.
Don't. Some of the messages that you get from him is brilliant.
Is that Tim Reeve the one that's got his long hair? And you thought he was William.
I saw that. I didn't know who he was at first.
But
do you know what? I haven't actually seen Sonny's goal yet, so I'm going to look back and try and watch it.
Yeah, let's talk through the first half. We'll start, Kallum, with Vicario save.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, corner came in. Big header. I think it was Paulinho, right? Kind of towards the edge of the box. Powered the header, and Vicario got over, but he didn't only get over and get fingertips. He got a full hand to it to palm it away. It was really good save, wasn't it, Kallum?
Yeah, you have to say, like we were discussing earlier, the save rate of Vicario this season has been outstanding. And as we know, Paulinho is a quality player in his own right. So to actually be able to get across and save it using his whole body, it's so good to be able to have a goalkeeper to rely on and all that, mate. So yeah, no, great save and kept us in the game, because realistically, Fulham should have been scoring that, I would say, mate, to be honest.
Yeah, 100%. What do you think, Winnie? Because the stat came up in the game where he's got a 78% save ratio, and Alisson, I think it's 77 or 76%.
Yeah. All I want to say is I told you so. Not you specifically, just everyone in general, because I was one that believed in him from the start. You know, I'm not going to say I've never seen him before he had come to Spurs. I'm not going to lie and say I'd watched him previously. However, all the hype that was around him, and you know, there was initial reports of Gianluigi Buffon saying he was one of the biggest things to come out of Italy, and then I think that was debunked a little bit. But then he actually did have an interview where he said he's one of the keepers that he's telling everyone to keep an eye on. So, yeah, look, I think we've had so many good years of Lloris, and Lloris keeping us in games, and you know, winning us games, etc. And then obviously the past few years he's just been a bit shit, hasn't he? You know, the errors of let's just be honest, the errors have crept in. He's still been Lloris of old. He's still been Lloris of old in the sense that he's making saves, but he's just making too much. We've just had a weird comment there.
All right. Right. So whoever you are,
goodbye.
You can have a little timeout for that.
It sounds like they're already having a timeout, to be honest.
Oh dear, I have no idea what's going on there. But no, you're right. You know, we've had so many times of you know, Lloris being, you know, on a downward spiral.
Yeah.
To get
it's refreshing.
To get to a keeper like that, it's definitely refreshing. I'm in the process of trying to find something that's slightly further ahead so that I can catch you boys up slightly at half time.
No, I like being in charge, mate.
I'm trying to stop that from happening. Yeah, it's not. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see. Because I don't actually know what's in front or behind, to be quite honest.
No, it will be okay. It'll be when the game comes when the game kicks back off. It'll be easier, won't it?
Yeah. But so yeah, Son's goal. You've now seen it.
It's currently being replayed now. So
okay.
So obviously,
played out wide.
So look how high Van de Ven is, by the way.
Yeah, I know. it's that press that sets us apart, I think, at the moment.
Yeah.
I've no idea who you are either, James, so you're also going to get a timeout.
God.
There's some freaks out tonight, isn't there?
Is this what Monday nights are like?
Oh, it must be. All the weirdos and paedophiles are out, probably.
But yeah, no, it's that high press, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
I've said it all along because I think the first team to really display such a high press was Liverpool under Klopp. I'm not sure if Man City do it or did it under Pep, but I think it was the first team I noticed anyway was definitely Liverpool under Klopp, and that's why they were so well, not why they were so successful, but that's definitely a reason, or you know, a factor as to why they were so successful is because they would win the ball back in areas like we've just done there with Van der Ven.
Yeah.
And I don't know why every team doesn't set up that way. Because regardless of how good a defender is, obviously we know Van der Ven is good on the ball. But if someone presses him high and puts him under pressure constantly, chances are he's going to give the ball away.
Yeah.
But I don't know why every team doesn't set up with a high press. I just don't get it.
But it's interesting because we don't have a full high press, I call it. Like we have a kind of like half high press. So it's the defensive unit that then push up on, clearances and things like that. Oh my God, these people, man. I'm just going to have to start banning people.
Do you reckon it's just like a group of mates have gone, do you know what, let's just jump on this?
Don't know. It's just some absolute freaks, mate, to be quite honest with you. So anyway.
Sonny, though.
Huh?
What a finish by Sonny, though.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable finish, isn't it? And do you know what it is? Is that extra touch that he takes as well. Like, you think if he gets a shot now,
it caused the defenders to bang into each other as well.
Yeah.
Because they both expected, I think, him to shoot.
In all honesty, it was an absolute calamity from Bassey because he has a poor clearance and then he runs into his own defender to try and
it's not a great highlight for him, is it? Let's be honest.
No. But, 1-0 up at half time, fairly comfortable.
I mean, but barring probably, because I still expect us to get another goal, if I'm honest. I don't think we will settle for just the one. And this is the difference. This is the difference now between, and I don't want to keep touching on it, but the difference between the Conte era and the Ange era. Oh, no, there's another one.
God's sake, man. Apologies for anybody that's about.
Are we going to have to turn... Can we turn comments off? Is that a thing?
Not sure.
But anyway, this is the difference between the Ange era and the Conte era. If we went 1-0 up under Conte, we would have just sat back on it. I know for a fact we would have. Whereas under Ange, I think we're going to still start on the front foot and keep trying to score.
Yeah.
That's like the massive difference between the two eras.
Yeah, 100%. Bear with me just one moment. You keep going. I just need to do something quickly.
I will let you off. Oh God, I'm just watching a Burger King advert. It's making me hungry.
Mate, I've got to go and get dinner after this, and it turns out the Burger King local to me closes at 10, so it don't really help.
Oh. So you're going to have dinner after this?
Yes.
Oh, mate.
Mate, I ain't eating all day. All day, so I'm all right.
So I've changed it so only subscribers can comment now for a while. So apologies if you aren't subscribed, but if you do want to comment, get subscribing.
Oh,
and then
Kallum doesn't know what's happened. Right, so Kallum.
Right.
What's happened?
Don't read anything out there.
No, we've banned 4 people. In the past 2 minutes, probably 2, 3, 4 minutes, for some very inappropriate comments. People like, obviously we know the regular people that comment and watch our show. These were not regular people.
No.
But saying some very inappropriate things. So Luke has changed it to subscribers only now.
For about 10 minutes it's on for. So all the weirdos.
Sure they just literally all came out of nowhere.
I know, yeah. Anyway, Thanks for getting the viewing figures up though. I appreciate that. That helps me a
Yeah,
lot.
I mean,
So,
yeah, definitely.
uh,
Not the kind of
you can stay
exposure
and
we
watch.
want,
Like,
right?
I
but,
don't mind. You can stay and watch. Just don't be a cunt. Is all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, feel free to comment. Just maybe not that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We welcome anyone. Earlier, we had an Arsenal fan on. He was loving it for a little bit. Man United fan.
Prediction. Is that the one that gave the prediction of 3-3?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he thought 6-goal thriller.
Yeah. I mean, that takes.
We also went into conversation earlier, Winnie, that you missed about John Bostock and Tom Carroll.
Interestingly, I was actually I was watching that bit.
Oh, there we go.
I was watching it while Alfie was
Not
falling
the only
asleep.
person that was, so cheers for
If
that.
I'm honest, actually, I don't want to put you guys down, but while I put that on and was listening to it, he fell asleep. So, just saying, you might be a little bit boring.
A bit of Spurs past and present trivia for you.
He literally took one look at the screen and was like, he's gone. So, do you know what? Can we do this every time we put him to bed?
Just get us all on video chat and just talk about Spurs trivia. Yeah.
Yeah. Just have a 5-minute conversation.
To be fair, we have got a Friday night kickoff. If we do want to do that around bedtime for him as well, that will be.
That is true. We do have a
fun
Friday night kickoff. And to be honest, I think H can join that one because obviously it's away, so he won't be there, will he?
Yeah. Oh my God! Can you imagine 4 of us trying to all get together to do this?
Oh God! Dave might actually be available as well, man. So if there's 5 of us, geez.
At least if Dave was on, I probably wouldn't be last because he's got bloody wind-up internet.
Dial-up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He comes.
One of his kids has got to run on the treadmill while the internet's going.
Do you reckon Dave's still on AOL as his browser?
Oh,
we love you, really, Dave.
He's old enough, to be fair. Actually, talking about Dave, his daughter was on earlier. Complaining that we started late.
We started late. That's unlike us. We're normally quite good for time, aren't we?
Sometimes. Anyway, thoughts on the second half? You think any changes need to be made?
Oh, I haven't really watched the first half, to be honest. I've just seen clips. Well, I've been settling Alfie, haven't I? So, but judging by what Twitter's been saying, we've been quite good, bar a couple of attempts from Fulham going forward. So, especially 1-0 up. I don't think we need to change anything right now.
Yeah, we need to.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I think get to 60, 65 minutes, then maybe start thinking of changes. But
bring a Johnson
at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, at some point we might need that.
Controversial. Sorry, mate.
It's all right because as okay as Richarlison is, he's made a couple of crosses, but I don't think it's he's done anywhere near enough to to warrant him still being there. Come as you say, 60 minutes or so. But,
no.
To be honest, I would actually take off Kulusevski and keep Richarlison on.
Yeah, but he's probably going to do is he's probably going to take Son off, move Richarlison in, and then put Johnson on. That's what I'd imagine happens. And then he'll take Maddison off. That's usually what Big Hand likes to do, take our best players off.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, at least we've got Lo Celso, who could come in and do something.
Our bench, by the way, I like it. I bet from let's say 4 weeks ago, I remember looking at our bench, and no disrespect to them because they are very good prospects, but there was Jamie Donnelly, people like that on there. And all they've brought on Iwobi, I think. And and Raul Jimenez. So they're going for it by the look of it.
So who
went off to Raul Jimenez?
Vinicius went off, and I didn't see the other one. I'm going to be honest.
Pereira's gone off as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, here's a couple of talking points actually, Winnie, that we went through earlier. I want your opinion on.
Yeah.
Kallum said that he believed that we should have that we would be better off with Vinicius playing through the middle for us than Richarlison playing through the middle for us. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm going to say I disagree. If I'm completely honest, I don't think it's a massively outlandish comment. I don't look at it and go, "Oh my god, you're chatting absolute shit," because there was parts of Vinicius that I actually really liked, and he was someone that I would have been happy for Spurs to keep if his buy whatever it was clause that we at the end of his loan wasn't like about 40 and 50 million or whatever it was.
Like 45 million, wasn't it?
Yeah. If it was a bit cheaper,
Wasn't it him and Jedson Fernandez? We had him and Jedson Fernandez both for like 80 million combined on their loan fees. It was a joke.
But no, just because of Richarlison's versatility, I think he's probably a little bit fitter. He's got a bit more about him in terms of his willingness to press and stuff like that. So I probably would choose Richarlison, but I don't think there's much. There's not much in it probably.
And then I also said that I believe that Eric Dyer is a better passer. God. Oh, what's happened?
Sorry. We're talking of Richarlison. He just literally played us a ball square across, not across our own box as such, a bit further out, but it was an absolutely shit pass and they nearly intercepted it and went through on goal. But sorry, what was you saying, mate?
No, so I said that Eric Dyer is a better cross-field or long-distance passer of the ball than Christian Romero.
Do you know what? Again, I think that's a very good call. Oh, geez.
I'm just looking back to when he used to loop the ball over to Dele Alli's run through the middle.
Yeah, no, yeah, I would say so. I would definitely say Romero's strengths in that sense are when his ability to beat. I know, I know exactly what you're talking about, mate. Dyer
and then Richarlison as well on the follow-up. Fucking four morons.
Mate, don't get me started. I tried not to comment on that. No,
I'll be with you in about 5 minutes, lads. Don't worry.
What's wrong? You're doing your dial-up as well in the background, mate.
No, Luke. I reckon you're probably right on that, actually.
Oh my god! Why are we so bad at passing the ball?
What's happened? We was really good. And what's he said at half time? Just go for a walk.
Maybe it's me.
Yeah, exactly. You're the curse.
Oh my days. We are looking shit, lads. I'm going to be honest. Romero's just give the ball away now.
Shit, yeah.
I think I might turn this off. I'm not gonna lie. I was enjoying putting Alfie to bed rather than watching this.
And Alfie's your son, just for anybody that doesn't know.
Yes, Alfie is my son. I wasn't just putting like a random man to bed or something.
Look, whatever you do in the comfort of your own home is up to you.
Come on, Alfie. It's okay. You can stay here tonight.
Your granddad.
No, it's just some poor person that he found on the street walking past his front door. Come on, come in.
Come on, Alfie. You can come in.
But I want to go home to the house.
Oh, dear Lord. Anyway, I've freed back up the comments. So if you aren't subscribed, you can now comment. But please do subscribe and then comment. Don't be a douche.
Don't comment shit like they would do.
Yeah.
I've just had a look. I can't actually see the comments.
We'll leave it up to your imagination, mate.
Yeah. I'll tell you in the group chat later.
Cool.
They're giving it a little bit this the start of this half, Fulham, to their credit.
Yeah, but they aren't doing a lot with it. Do you know what I mean?
No. They just got a bit more about them.
They've bought on Iwobi, so it gives them a bit more dynamic. And I don't like Iwobi as a player, but he is a brute. He will fight for something, whereas there was not much fight from their forwards in the first half. So
did you play him through the middle, as in central midfield? Iwobi.
Yeah, more.
He's very deep at the minute, so I'd assume so. Yeah, he's there in the centre now. So
we got away with one there with that pass to Decordova-Reid over the top.
Yep.
How long ago was that for you, Winnie? About 3 minutes, something like that.
No, I completely forgot about it, mate. I don't.
All right. I'm here just for the look. You know, we can't all.
No. You're here because you keep this show going, mate. That's what it is.
If I wasn't here, none of you would turn up. So I've got to be here to do that.
Well, that's the point. That's what I mean.
Well, we
You
turned
are
up.
the linchpin of this show.
We need to just get our foot back on the ball, don't we?
Yeah, I actually want to see the possession stats for this first 5 minutes because I think we'd probably be about 30-40%. They've definitely dominated more of it than the first half. So, I mean, I've
but it's
just
just
seen
where they
Stange's
have
face.
possession of it. Do you know what I mean? Like just then, you know, it's a while ago for you boys, but we've just pushed them all the way back to their own goal to start all over again.
What a turn. Kulusevski, what a turn that is. Oh, my days. Kulusevski with a great turn on the spin, bursting, down the right-hand side, cut the ball back to, I think it was Sonny. And then Sonny squared it to Richarlison, who was on the left-hand side. And I think he tried to bend it with his right foot and has just absolutely fucking skied it out the stadium.
Well, I mean, let's put it this way. He was actually aiming for a pigeon flying over at the time. And then he was going to celebrate in the same fashion.
Oh, yeah, that's an outrageous turn, isn't it?
And I would like to add that Big Ange was didn't look very happy.
That is awful, isn't it?
I know. What a turn from Kulusevski, though. This is why I like him. Like, there's not many players that's got that kind of ability to do that.
No. He's funny, though, isn't he? Because it wasn't like... It was a really good turn, but like it wasn't like the silkiest thing. Like, it kind of took a while to get him round. But you're right. You know, even with his strength, he'd still be able to do that. Anyway, a bit dodgy defending from Udogie, giving away a foul. Lovely.
I know. From what I've seen so far, Udogie's had a bit of a... I don't know what he was like for the majority of the first half, but from what I've seen, he's had a bit of a stinker.
Yeah, I mean, he's done all right. Nothing, you know... He's played better going forward, but it's always been the way for Spurs, isn't it?
It's been a big season for him, hasn't it, really? You know, moving to the Premier League, playing the Premier League, starting so well, getting a call up for Italy. It's been a big... It's been a big time for him.
Yeah.
And again, he's a young lad, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah, of course. Well, very young. How old is he? 20? Or have I made that up?
No, 20. Yeah.
Mm.
Remember, he only just got his first Italy cap last week. So
That's what I'm saying.
He's still going to be very raw. And there's going to be moments this season where he may get a red card, I reckon. I think just some of the
100%.
game now that you get over time of getting experience will be there. Because when you think...
What's happening?
And that is 2-0.
Yes.
James Maddison.
Yes.
James Maddison. So,
yes.
I'm going to wait for a VAR call. It was a difficult one. So they tried to play the ball out from the back, and the ball got put straight back into the edge of Fulham's box where Son picked it up. But the camera wasn't really panning wide enough to see because he looked miles offside. He's offside. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's fine. The right back is playing him on. That is shocking.
Oh, yes. What do you mean? Oh, James Maddison.
The right back, by the way, at the time was Bassi. He's had an absolute stinker again because he hasn't moved up with the line of the defence. And he's kept.
So he's actually played offside
because Son was actually out of shot, wasn't he?
Yeah, but when you see it,
pick the ball up again.
Look at Bassi when you see it because Bassi is an absolute stinker there. He's cost them big time because he should have pressed up with the rest of the defence.
Bassi actually gave away the ball in the first place.
Oh my God.
Well?
So he gave the ball away and then just stood there and gone, oh well, and not pressed up with the rest of his team. So, wow.
That's a lovely run from James Maddison as well because he came back a little bit, didn't he, to stay on side?
Yes, yeah. It was great play, but I mean, there's no way that shouldn't have happened because Bassi should not be that deep.
No.
Oh, Emerson Royale coming on.
Ooh.
Who for? Porro?
Not sure. Oh, Destiny Udoji.
We did talk about this before the game, didn't we, actually, Callum, without Ben Davis on the...
Udoji doesn't look injured. And if I'm honest, he looks a little bit annoyed that he's coming off. So maybe it's to protect him. Maybe because, as I've just mentioned, he looks like he's having a bit of a stinker. So maybe Ange is just trying to protect him.
The first. He's been skinned a couple of times this half. So maybe it'd be better to give him a break and all that. Maybe calm him down a little bit.
But boys, 2-0.
Bit of breaking news, sort of. Callum is on for a 3-point result here at 2-0.
Does that take him off the bottom?
Yes.
I think it does.
Yeah, Callum knows.
Yes. Oh, no, it would take him level with Harry.
Didn't you say it's worth 3 points?
Yeah, but Harry would get 1 point.
Oh, what for correct result?
Yeah,
correct score. Correct result. Sorry.
For correct team to win. So so he would.
Oh my god! So what? Oh, so oh my god, that'll take them all on 7.
Oh yeah, because Dave's got a draw. Oh my god, getting tasty down there. But a goal could swing it.
Well, it would, because that would be my result and yours. But I mean, yeah, you just copied me. So
yeah, but you two are boring. You've just gone for the same result.
No, Callum. Luke copied me. That's what you need to remember.
Yeah.
Completely. If I'm honest, when I was off a few weeks ago and you and Harry were on, he texted me during the show and said, "What's your score?" And I texted him saying 2-1. So
okay.
You say so. To be fair, Winnie, I could just go same score as you for the rest of the season.
Great defending. Pape Matar. There was a Fulham cross to the back post.
That's brilliant.
It was a Fulham cross to the back post, and it looked like whoever it was at the back post might have had an attempt on goal, but Pape Matar just literally came out of nowhere and got some sort of touch on it to take it out of the box. So
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it looks like Porro has actually gone more out towards the left, and Emerson
he has gone left, doesn't he?
To the right.
Emerson Royale's on the right.
Yeah, Porro is left. He's on the left-hand side currently.
Oh, that is sensational defending.
I know.
And he's not even headed it out for a corner either.
He's done brilliantly there. Oh, see, now I don't want to get ahead, but you know that we should be okay now, barring any silly errors and mistakes. We should be okay. Oh my days!
Vicario heading, Jesus!
Great tackle.
Whew. Jesus, the amount of power that Romero had there when he was going along was brilliant.
By the way, Callum, I think we're about the same now, because I think my one's been stopping a little bit. So what minute are you on? Just out of interest.
58:37.
You're actually ahead.
Oh,
that is a great
the
tackle,
first time on the only thing.
You've took control. No, you've took control.
Don't worry, lad. Still on 58:22, so we're all right.
Mate, that's only like 20 seconds. That's not a lot.
No, I was going to say you've improved from nearly a minute earlier.
I know. You might regain control soon.
What is Charleston doing there, brats? Tries to clear the ball and ends up just kicking it at the Fulham player's backside. Jesus.
So what do we need to do now? Second half. Now we're 2-0 up, right? We're cruising pretty much, but we need to not.
We need to just do what we're doing. I don't like the whole negative approach and, like, let's sit back or let's just go a bit defensive. We need to just do what we're doing, because what we're doing has got us 2-0 up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't think we need to be stupid. And to be honest, I'd rather us get another goal and my prediction be kicked up in the air just to show that we've actually done something right.
Look,
Sard's down
we're at
injured
home. I've just seen that. Yeah, we're at home. We should just be going for it. We should be winning this, and we are winning it comfortably at the moment. But we should, there's nothing saying we shouldn't go even further and try and push for a third and a fourth. Yeah, Sarr is down injured, and Skippy has been told to get stripped. So
yeah, that
Great.
seems like a like for like, doesn't it?
A Skip and Højbjerg replacement, or Skip and Højbjerg midfield. That's all we need.
and Fulham
I thought
are
we'd get
bringing on Harry Wilson as well.
Okay,
What's
he had a
your
good
thoughts on
international break, didn't he, for Wales?
He's not a bad player. I mean, he was dubbed to be quite a big thing when he was at Liverpool, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But he just never really cut it.
He did all right at Bournemouth, didn't he, when he was there? And then kind of...
Let's hope Sarr isn't injured too much. He doesn't look too injured, but...
No, hopefully it's just a precaution, right?
He also looks in a bit of discomfort at the same time, so...
The one thing that I would be mindful of is that, obviously, you get 3 substitute breaks, don't you? And we've used 2 already, and we've only used 2 subs. So if he's going to do any more subs, he's either going to have to bring them all on at once, or he's only going to have 3 on the pitch instead of using the full contingent of 5. So if you are going to make them changes, do you throw on like a Johnson?
Is that how it works?
Yeah, you can make 5
You get
subs,
5 subs, but 3 opportunities to do it.
Yeah.
What's the point in that? That's stupid.
The way that they've done it is to emphasise game management on it to make sure that people don't take the piss.
Right, so they don't just leave it all till the last minute. Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
You can tell that Callum's been playing Football Manager, can't you?
Yeah, 100%. Oh, Skippy, it's like he never left.
It's all right. Coming on, sideways passing now. Him and Højbjerg are going to be doing it instead of just one of them.
Little opportunity there, Kulusevski with a little cut back into the box, but they cleared it.
Oh yeah, I saw that little skip into Højbjerg sideways.
What a weird embrace that was. Did you see that, Kallum?
Yeah.
Porro just brought Willian down and then kept him on the floor and kissed him. I'm not even joking.
Oh yeah, I'm
honestly not joking.
Oh yeah, just give him a little hug.
Van der Ven.
Maddison is unreal, but no, he's not actually based on that pass.
What's happened, Kallum? Talk us through it.
Crossball pass crossfield pass looked absolutely on a plate, and then just as it dropped, you just realised Richarlison wasn't going to run.
But that work from Madders was Madders was fucking incredible.
He did everything right. It was just the actual pass itself at the end.
But why didn't he just play it out wide to Son?
Because
outside.
That's the Maddison ball. Only Maddison sees that ball. That's why. He doesn't see that one next to him.
The only person who could play another ball like that was Kane. Simple as that. Just to pick out a pass like that.
Can I just say, how have we just had Maddison fall in our lap?
I know.
Because I'm honestly, I'm out of superlatives for him. He's fucking unreal. I knew he was anyway, but I didn't know he was this good.
Yeah, no, I agree. I did say a few things about Maddison before we signed him. I thought he was too worried about his, extracurricular activities, being a model for Boohoo Man and, other things like that. And I'm not that bothered about his football, but I've been proven completely wrong when it comes to...
You not for the first time.
Oh, you sound like bloody Harry now. Jesus, what I was going to get a day off from Harry. First of all, you actually talking about my FIFA skill.
No, there's nothing wrong with your FIFA skill. As well. It's your FIFA decision making, Luke. That's the problem, not your FIFA skill.
Just remember, I'm not a happy clapper, but Levy apparently was quite a big driving force behind Maddison's signing. And he has been for quite a few windows trying to get. He offered him to Conte, and I think weren't to Nuno, but he did with Mourinho as well, and they said no. So to actually get Ange and Daniel Levy to be on the same page about it, outstanding. So
I'm not being
once Levy's out,
Why?
I'm right.
Why is Pedro Porro pulling the strings in the middle? What is he doing?
I don't understand, because literally him and Emerson were both standing next to each other a minute ago, and I'm just trying to think what's going on.
He's turned into bloody Busquets.
Yeah.
They've changed sides again as well. Porro and Emerson. Well, Emerson's now playing as a number 10 and just played the most atrocious ball to man.
That's why he's not a number 10.
It's why he shouldn't be in midfield.
Got to mention that, though. You know, Fulham have still only had one shot on target, which was that header that we talked about at half time in the first half. So Spurs are playing, really, really well.
I don't like not being in control, Kallum. Can you do something to your stream, please?
That was an awful pass. Oh my God.
Contact Sky.
Son was literally running through the middle and he was begging for the ball to be played through from Emerson. He tried to play it out wide to Kulusevski and nearly put out for a bloody throw-in.
Well, we've just seen Calvin Bassey, because he can't defend, he's tried to hug Maddison off the ball by going right up his backside. That's probably another type of thing that we probably shouldn't be talking about.
I mean, we can talk about that if you want.
You sound like those people in the comments.
Yeah. Apart from me, imagine that, but even worse.
Oh, wonderful!
So someone was having a good time.
Yeah. So there was one that was. I mean, there were some that were like really inappropriate, but there was that one that you're on about, Luke, where I was like, "That's a little bit funny, but we need to get rid of it."
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of take it as a compliment,
I suppose so. I mean, yeah, it's like a backhanded compliment in somehow.
Go on, Hoybier. What a nice run that was. Oh, come on, shoot Kulusevski, you arse. Oh, you tosser. Jeez. Brilliant run by Hoybier down the left-hand side. Got the ball into the centre, went Son, passed it off to Kulusevski. Once again, he didn't pull the trigger. He has not taken any of the chances that he should be taking as a forward. So I don't know whether Ange told him not to shoot or something like that. But he's had.
I think barring any injuries, I think the next change has to be Johnson for either Kulusevski or Richarlison. Maybe Kulusevski, to be honest.
But he likes leaving Kulusevski on, doesn't he? Because he likes the option of him to be able to go in the centre really late on if he needs him to.
Yeah.
Like he did late on against Sheffield United. I think
but if we are, let's say in 5 minutes time. Sorry, go on, mate.
Yeah, if he does bring on Johnson, then he's got that option for it, because we know that Johnson can play either side of the left or on the right. He can play up front and he can play as a 10 if you need him to as well, if you can do it. So, I mean, yeah, I would definitely take off Kulusevski, because no matter how good a game he had against Luton, he has not done much tonight to sort of give himself credit for it.
Yeah, do you know what? Like, Fulham just don't seem to have the answer at the minute, which I'm obviously happy with. There's just Maddison's down injured.
I think the next subs are going to be Son and Maddison. I genuinely believe that. It's happened in the last few games. I think those will be the two that come off. For God's sake, man.
Maddison's up. He's standing over the free kick and all that. But yeah, look, you are right. I think that because them two have been managing an injury since August, you've got to be very mindful of them, because I don't know how far they are along back into.
Actually, yeah. Do you know what? How many minutes Son has played, and obviously he played that pointless friendly, and he looked like a broken man. This is a perfect opportunity now. 2-0.
Oh, just a good free kick by Maddison, but no one there to pick it up. I mean, that's right on a plate. Oh, it actually comes off Son's head. Ooh.
Yeah, so I think this is a good opportunity now. 2-0 up. Let's get Sonny off the pitch, move Richarlison into the centre, and get Johnson on. That would be the obvious thing for me now. Let's rest Sonny. Let's give him a break.
Yeah. I think that he's got his goal.
That's what I'm saying.
We're winning the game comfortably. I've had to ban somebody else again. You all missed that.
Oh, I can see all the comments again.
Where?
I can see him on the comments on the right hand side. On mine, I can anyway.
Oh right. Oh yeah.
Because
they got a timeout, didn't they? That's why. 2 secs. Yeah, the banning spree is continuing. There you go.
You got your chance now, Kallum.
Oh Christ!
Quick, Cal, look.
Have a
chance. No, you missed it.
Oh shit! I'm trying to find. I'm trying to look at
this season. Erling Haaland 9, Heung-min Son 7, Mohamed Salah 7.
He's just stepped up, hasn't he, this season? Son, he has.
I want to talk about something quickly because I put a tweet out a while ago now saying, imagine if Kane was the curse all along. And I'm not saying that he was a bad player by that. I'm just saying Spurs could never get over the line with Harry Kane.
No.
And I don't know what it was, what the reason for that was. But without him, we play a lot more as a team. And maybe we do something without Harry Kane. How do you think if that does happen, how does that make him feel? Do you think he's bothered?
I think he'd be devastated personally, because I have no doubt that for all the time he was here, he was desperate to win something, and not for himself, for the club, because he is a Tottenham fan. He's been at Tottenham all of his career, unless you think like an Arsenal fan and say, "Oh, we he was in our youth academy first." Well, whatever. You thought he was shit and binned him off. So more for you. But he's been at Tottenham his whole career, his whole youth career. So he wanted to win something, but like you say, we look better without him. But is that because of Ange?
Yeah,
I don't know. I'd love, honestly, I've kind of forgot about Harry Kane now. I still follow him. I watch a Munich game if it's on or something, and I can enjoy watching him for England now, because I never used to like watching England with him in it, because
it's a good point.
I feel so much pressure. Yeah, I feel so much pressure
about getting injured,
and him getting injured, obviously. So I can kind of enjoy that now, but I just think we look so much better without him. But I would have loved to have seen him in this Ange side. I really would have, because he would have. I say the missing piece. I can't say that because we look good anyway. But I just think he would have added something a little bit extra.
Do you think we'll go for, as Kallum calls him, Ivan Toney, in January, or do you think Arsenal will go for him? Because I think Arsenal and Chelsea both want him. Do you think Spurs will put up for him, or do you think that Daniel Levy thinks that Richarlison's enough?
I would like to see us go for him, but I think Arsenal will probably have a look at him, and he would probably choose to go there ahead of us. Because I think he just seems like a bit of an Arsenal player, to be honest. He's just got that aura.
Kallum?
I'll go back to the Kane thing a little bit quickly. Yeah. I think that Spurs were naive. I think the whole team were naive, putting all the pressure onto Kane to carry them through. Obviously, there was some bad decisions made when Kane played in finals when he wasn't fit or ready to play. So that's Spurs mismanaging him, allowing him too much freedom. But Richarlison just skied it. Shit.
Tell us when you Kallum.
So Maddison and Son both getting into the box, and
Well, that's a corner, by the way. That is Kallum, I think.
Is it? Is it?
It looked like it to me.
Oh
no, he hasn't given a corner.
No, it came off Bassey, but Bassey has had a stinker again. He's been skinned by Son and Maddison both combining, and then Richarlison has just gone right over the top of Bassey.
I think that's a corner, personally.
I think that's a corner as well.
Here we go. Yeah, it's a corner.
Because Bassey's bullied off the ball by James Maddison. And then
just showing a slow-mo, it's a corner all day.
Yeah, why did they get in each other's way? Like Kane, Maddison and Son.
Kane?
I know, yeah.
We've got Kane again.
Oh, that's brilliant. He'd be a good option off the bench.
Yeah. Wouldn't get into this starting 11 though, would he? I do also want to quickly touch on Vicario, because going back about 5 minutes, he came out sweeper keeper and just leveled the ball. He hit the ball and then came out on the right hand side and just leveled it out of play, which was how did we not get a corner, by the way?
I don't know.
It's one of them that's just
the referees hate us.
Oh, don't. Oh.
Let's replay the game.
Bit of a weird moment for Van der Ven. Tried to head the ball, and I don't know if Vicario's communicated with him to say leave it. I mean, luckily Vicario got it, but not the most comfortable.
I've just seen that.
Bit of miscommunication by the look of it there. Well, let's put it this way: it didn't result in a goal, so at least
I think Van der Ven's pull-out game was strong. I think we're good. That's what it was.
Compared to yours, which isn't.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Moving on.
This is when I get banned.
Yeah, exactly.
I think we seem to have just took our foot off the pedal a little bit, which is disappointing. I was kind of hoping we'd still push and go for it, but I think we're just kind of settling with what we've got now.
Yeah, it's interesting because, and we're making some really bad passes as well. I can't see Ange being happy with this. You know, being happy with the sloppy passing. You know, the one step behind. You know what's happening. Just then, Romero passed the ball into Iwobi, and then we got the ball back, and then Pedro Porro played the ball into Willian and got a throw in. Like, it's just so sloppy.
There's a lot more sideways passing than progressive passing. A lot.
I wonder why that is.
Yeah, I mean, Skip has just won the ball, but he put himself into that position where he didn't need to. And
when he gave the ball away
now as well, I believe.
That was a great tackle from Skippy, to be fair. But then he nearly gave the ball away straight away again.
Yeah, Richarlison may have a concussion injury by the look of it. He's gone down holding his head after a challenge with Wilson, I believe. Yeah, it goes down, and it's one of them where Wilson's lands a bit awkwardly, maybe put his hand on.
I think that's a foul from Skippy, by the way.
Do you?
Oh, what?
It was a sensational tackle.
I don't know. I think it was
just a slow replay.
Yeah, it looked great in first show. In the slow replay just looked a little bit reckless.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. I definitely don't think he's got concussion though, Kallum. It's a bit like when you said you did flip or backflip and got clotheslined earlier.
Well, that's because your stream was that far behind that I could tell you anything. So
yeah, fair, yeah.
And you didn't have a clue.
No. But we do need to just, keep our heads. We need to, play a little bit faster with the ball. It's like what's happened. You know what happens in the first 10 or so minutes of each game? When we start slowly and we kind of draw teams on and things like that. But we need to kind of not do that late on in games. We need teams like Liverpool, teams like Arsenal, and I dislike both of those clubs, keep going until the final minute. And we need to keep doing that as well.
Exactly. It shows the difference between a top 10
The
sides
triple
and the top
change.
4 sides.
We're bringing on Valise, we're bringing on Gio, and we're bringing on Johnson.
Okay, so who are we doing that for? Son, Maddison,
I can see Richarlison walking off.
Son, Maddison.
yeah.
Maddison. I'm assuming Maddison for Gio, Richarlison for Valise. So Sonny's coming off for, well, number wise, Sonny for Gio.
So so effectively it's Sonny for Valise, it's Richarlison for Johnson, and it's Gio for Maddison.
Yeah. That's for me. That's exactly what I said should happen.
Yeah.
So once again, he's left Kulusevski on there.
Yeah, he
What
likes
does he-
Kulusevski late on.
Yeah. What do we see though what does he see that we
Running
don't
stats.
see?
Do you know what I like? Yeah,
Running
is
stats for nothing.
Madders and Son both look so pissed off to be coming off, and I love that because it shows they want to stay on this pitch. They want to, they want to score goals. They want to create chances. They want to do things for Tottenham. So I don't mind it.
I actually love seeing as well Sonny going over to Romero whenever he comes off and giving him the captain's armband as if to say, take this, don't hit anyone, do it.
Yeah, he doesn't look
They've
very
made
happy.
another change as well.
Huh?
They've made another change as well. They've brought Kearney on for I think it might be Polina.
Shows that Callum's football manager stats are paying off, because he did say that, the last one, if he wanted to use all his subs, he had to bring on 3. And
Do you know what? I'm impressed, Callum. I'm impressed.
Well, I did get the early access this week, so I had been maybe playing a little bit too much of it.
What do you do football manager wise? What do you go straight out and manage Spurs, or do you manage like a lower league club and make your way up?
My first club's always Spurs whenever the new game comes out. I tend to not do too much transfers. I tend to try and do youth development if I can. And to be fair, Spurs' youth squad this year is quality. They've got like Mikey Moore, Kallum, Uluwayemi, a load of different great ones. So
this is probably the first one where our youth is actually like, it's sensational.
The problem is the players that are actually out on loan though for us, like Scarlet Divine and Parrot, aren't actually that well rated. No. Because of how long they've been kind of sitting around our first team but not really breaking through, they're starting to have a negative impact, like what they've had with FIFA as well, to be honest, or FC 24, whatever it's called now, because it's not FIFA anymore, is it?
It isn't FIFA, no. Kulusevski doing well there. Oh, that's a foul. We'll take that. Oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh, good.
What a save.
Oh.
Vicario again. Can I just say that's a foul in the build-up there all day long on Kulusevski, but the refs bottled it.
Exactly.
But again, it's given us an opportunity to see Vicario in action, and it was a fantastic save again.
And that's the only problem, is that maybe if you had another striker compared to Jimenez, maybe they score that, because
I know what
Jimenez just isn't the player that he used to be, is he?
What a block.
But
we'll take that one. There we go.
This ref is literally giving everything to Fulham right now.
It's okay. We've just won a free kick, mate. It's all good.
Yeah, you're ahead of me now, I think.
I may have come off and went back on, so I may have just built up a little bit of
I'm on 84.
84 what?
I'm on just 84 minutes.
Oh, mate, I'm well ahead of you again. So we've just seen a Vicario save, Luke.
Yeah, I saw that. Sensational save. He's kind of coming into his own as well, isn't he? Like, I don't know if you remember pre-season when he was kind of early doors with us, and especially the game against Barcelona and things like that, when he could have done a little bit better with a couple of the shots, but he seems to be pulling out some really, really
Vicario's just been booked for time wasting, I assume.
Well, good. Get some brinkmanship into it, because every other team has done it against us. So we'll do it against someone else.
That's disgusting, by the way.
Yeah, it'd be helpful if you told us what
Yeah, no, sorry, I didn't mean no. Nothing's come of it. No, it wasn't even the ref didn't give a free kick. I think he played advantage because we had the ball, but it looked like
Oh,
Lo Celso just got
yeah,
absolutely battered.
Lo Celso's right on the ground at the moment, and he looked like he took a whack to his face, but there's no close up, so it's hard to actually see.
No, when they've just shown a slow mo. It didn't look as vicious as the first as it first looked. But Kearney's absolutely
he's
battered him.
Trailing arm.
This game's getting feisty, lads.
Oh yeah, that is vicious, isn't it?
I mean, it's what we want. Well, not the violence, but we want at least a game that's going to keep going. And I think that at least the Spurs players haven't switched off. We're still trying to do stuff, but I still think Ange won't be fully happy with what's going on. I think the midfield pairing of Skip and Højbjerg, they're all right, but
it's killed us. I think.
Yeah,
I don't mean to be, they're still good utility players, but we've just lost so much momentum going forward.
Isn't it?
They've just killed any energy we've had. They've killed it. Vicario save again. So it was a little move down the left-hand side. I think it was between Willian and Kearney. Willian dinked it into Jimenez. He's back-heeled it to Kearney, and it's a good block from Højbjerg, I think. So it just fell comfortably into Vicario's hands.
Højbjerg did well to get in front of his man. So
he's done well there. This game's just getting a little bit nitty-gritty, shitty now. I'm going to be honest. There's too many little niggly fouls, and nobody's really getting a foothold in the game. I think that probably suits us, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's just summed up by Emerson Royale trying to be a little bit clever and silky with his feet, and instead just getting flattened. So,
Jesus! Romero's just gone flying in, typically in Romero-esque fashion.
Yeah, it's a good block that from Højbjerg for going all the way back to that. Sorry.
I felt that Romero one. I
know.
Oh, God.
You'll see that in a bit, Luke.
So we've got 3 minutes left, or less on actual time. Who are we going for man of the match today? Or player of the match, sorry.
I'd probably go Maddison.
Yeah, that's probably a good shout.
Maybe Maddison, maybe Van der Ven, based on what he's done, or Vicario, I think.
Yeah, do you know what? I was going to go Vicario. I think he hasn't had a lot to do, but when he has,
do you know what? Vicario is a good solid shout there. To be honest, Maddison's done well, and he's had a few good moments, and obviously he's scored. But I don't really think his contributions have been as substantial as Vicario, because he's kept us in the game, really, hasn't he? Quite a few times.
Yeah, at least two very good.
Van der Ven's just give the ball away on the edge of the box.
I think the last 10 minutes have sort of flattered to see how Fulham have been, like the amount of shots they've had, because they haven't really had anything else.
We've done fantastic there to play the ball out of from our own box. We really have.
Talk us through it.
So it was just a load of little interchanges in between. I think it was Lo Celso, Emerson Royale, and it might have been Van der Ven. There was loads of little triangles, drawing the players in, drawing the strikers in, playing it around them, and we managed to break from our own box towards their box. And Lo Celso played a ball through to Valise, who was about 76 yards offside.
Yeah, I mean, if he had gone inside his man, it'd be fine. But instead, he ran on the outside of him and then tried to come back onside and play it to Johnson, and Johnson just looked confused.
Oh yeah, that is brilliant play.
On the edge of the box.
So far offside, isn't he?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. That little interchange on the edge of our box, though, that was beautiful.
But I think maybe, you've got to look at Lo Celso as well and say you need to play that ball quicker. Like
Yes, yeah, he held on to it. He held on to it for far too long.
That's a dog shit ball by Skip, and Johnson couldn't even get his foot in then. Don't know what he did. Just got confused on the line. Do I want to sit down? Do I want to maybe play a bit of football? Who knows?
I think he slipped, to be fair.
And now there's fireworks going on outside my house. Why?
Because Spurs are about to go. Are we going to go back to the top?
Top of the league and clear at the top of the league
2
as well.
points clear, yeah.
There you go. That's why the fireworks are going off, mate.
2-0 win, hopefully. 7 minutes added on time.
Oh, wow. What? 7 minutes?
Yeah.
The hell has happened in this game that we've missed to justify 7 minutes of extra time?
Don't know,
So
probably
just,
that concussion that Richarlison got.
Just to say, if anyone is watching this back, and you wish for us to do the same on Friday night, please let us know, because we can do exactly what we're doing now. We can do it again Friday. With the addition of H as well, we can get H on board, because I know he was well up for this one, wasn't he? But unfortunately, fortunately for him, he's got a season ticket, so he's there tonight. So with it being an away game, away at Palace, H can join us as well. So if you do wish to see this again, we can do it all over again on Friday, and hopefully, it's okay, we cleared it. So they've whipped a ball to the back post. Harry Wilson took a touch, probably on the edge of our 6-yard box, but Emerson Royale got a block in, and we're now on the break. Emerson Royale, well, let's not talk about that. He did great at defending, and then when he got in their half, he absolutely shit his pants. So. But yeah, 5 minutes left. Barring any kind of Tottenham West Ham comeback, there should be 3 points in the bag now.
Yeah, I think definitely we're in the final 5 minutes, so we should be quite secure. Just keep the ball in their area, just keep it in their half. Just don't make silly mistakes. Don't try and over.
In fact, actually, no. Let's just concede. I'm happy with conceding a goal. I don't mind.
Exactly.
Vicario throwing one of his goals.
Up to date, if the score stays the same, Kallum will go slightly off the bottom of the table.
He'll go joint bottom.
Yeah, with Harry
and Dave.
Yeah, 3-way bottom fight.
There we go. They've just tried to play a ball over the top that's gone straight out for a goal kick. So we're all good.
Welcome to everybody that's just joining in. We will be doing a post-match analysis as soon as the game's finished. So stay on. Write nice comments. If you act like an arsehole, you will get blocked.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Gotta love that long ball football.
Sorry, Kallum. Go again.
Gotta love that long ball football, mate. From Fulham, just route one, hoof it and hope for the best. Going back to what you guys were saying as well earlier, just seeing the picture of Maddison sitting on the bench, and he doesn't look happy to be subbed off. He actually looks like he just wants to keep going, which is great.
Of course it is.
It shows, like, compared to how you think the bench must have been last year, the silly losses, all the rubbish and the toxicity, and now you look at it and they're actually pissed to be taken off. Yeah. We want that fight in them. Even Højbjerg tonight has literally stepped in and done what he had to do.
Harry Wilson's through on goal. Okay, what a block. Yeah, great block. So he was through on goal, but he kind of hesitated a little bit and allowed Emerson Royale to get back in and make, again, another fantastic block. I'm not going to take it away from him.
Oh, yeah, wow, that was quite interesting there, to say the least. But
he hesitated, Wilson. He was through on goal. I don't know why he didn't continue. If anything, he probably, a natural striker his first instinct would have been to cut across the defender, because if the defender brings you down, it's a red card. If he doesn't, then you're through on goal. But he kind of hesitated and then cut back. So he kind of killed any.
Did you see the recovery speed of Van der Ven again? they're
I'm
actually
watching it now,
managing to catch up to him.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean-
Gio. Just put a ball out of play. Simple pass, misplaced it.
In their half or our half?
Halfway line.
Oh.
So yeah, so they're just showing the Harry Wilson opportunity back again.
Just shows defensive solidity, though, doesn't it? You know, Van de Ven with speed to come back. Emerson Royale also has a little bit of speed within him, so he's also come back as well. But they don't worry. They don't panic.
Do you know what? I'll give him his credit. He's I think he's had a good game since coming on, Emerson Royale. I think he's done well.
Ooh. I think out of all 5 subs, he's had the most impact from it. Because, I mean, Skip coming on probably took out all the momentum, too much sideways passing, all that. And I don't honestly think, apart from maybe a couple of nice passes, the front three that came on is summed up by Valise being offside by 76 yards, as Wynnie put it. Their sort of contribution to it. I think, yeah, the second goal killed the game, but Fulham, I'm actually a little bit disappointed from what Fulham have done. I actually thought that they would give us more of a game compared to how good they had been playing.
Yeah, but I think you can also put that down to how well Spurs have managed the game. You know, bar a couple of Vicario saves, we really haven't offered them much. They've not really had many opportunities through on goal. I think we've managed the game sensationally, as you say. The change back forward.
There we go, boys. That's game.
Top of the league. Top of the league.
Do you know what?
There you go.
We're not going to get ahead of ourselves because we're Tottenham Hotspur fans and we don't do that kind of shit. But look, we're sitting top of the league at this point, and I know how many games are we in now? 9, or is it? How many games is it?
Yeah. 9.
9. Okay, so Maddison looks a little bit happier now. He's waving to the crowd. So yeah, we're 9 games in. We're sitting clear at the top of the league. I know people will say, well, who have they played? Who have we played? We've played a Manchester United, we've played a Liverpool, and we've played an Arsenal. So you can cut that shit out. We've played some good sides, and we are now again back where we was before the international break, on top of the league.
Exactly. And we will now go through kind of post-match analysis, talk about all the talking points within the game. So if you're new to the stream, get your comments in. What we're first of all going to do is just go through our player of the match. So on Sky Sports, they did bring up as James Maddison was the player of the match.
Okay.
He was joint top with obviously goals because him and Sonny scored. I think he was top with like passes, things like that. So, you know, he has done extremely well. During the stream, I said that my player of the match was still Vicario. I still think that, you know, given the negativity surrounding Vicario, I think that, you know, he has done sensationally well to get himself kind of such a good reputation at such a young age. Like, let's think, right? The guy is, I can't remember what, 26, I would imagine, for Vicario. A goalkeeper really doesn't hit their stride until late 20s, early 30s. And they can keep going to mid to late 30s. So he's got easily another 10 years in his in a career. And I just think that he's been absolutely sensational. So for me, I'm going to put it down as Vicario as my player of the match. But Kallum, who are you going to go for as your final player of the match?
I think I'll stick with Maddison based on what we saw. But yeah, close second behind probably Vicario, mate. I think, yeah, our 2 best players on the pitch tonight. So, but yeah, based on contribution and his goal, Maddison.
Yeah, definitely. Wynnie?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go Vicario, pretty similar to what you said. He's been a bit of an unsung hero all season, gone completely under the radar. And today he's come up with some important saves at important times in the game. So Yeah, for me, I'm going to stick with Vicario.
Yeah, I think his ability to play out from the back. He can turn into a bit of a sweeper keeper, as we saw late on with balls played through. He was, level-headed and cleared it out. Look, he makes mistakes like any goalkeeper does. There was a pass in that first half, Kallum, wasn't there, where he kind of just played it straight to a Fulham defender, a striker instead of one of our defenders. But those things will happen when you're playing kind of a more dangerous play out from the back football. But I just think that with the amount of hate that he's been getting recently, you've got to say well done to him.
Exactly,
have you seen? So Dave has just put in the WhatsApp group from a Fabrizio Romano tweet. Tottenham's Ange Postecoglou has now accumulated the most points by a Premier League manager in their first 9 games.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Like, let's talk a little bit about Big Ange then, because there was a lot of people who doubted this man, right? A little bit kind of what you've done over a few different things, Winnie. But I've been a big advocate of him. Living in Scotland and understanding the way he plays football, or played it with Celtic. All my neighbours are Celtic fans. Talk to them on a weekly basis about him, and I just think that he is so underrated as a football manager. That's exactly what we needed at this time. There were people sat there saying, how can this guy come and manage in the Premier League when he's never managed in the Premier League before? Well, guess what? That's what happens sometimes. That's what happens. How do you get a position without being given it and working hard and achieving it? And he has achieved at every single football club, at every single level that he has been at. Yeah. And I think those people should be absolutely ashamed of themselves for the way that he was treated prior to coming in. But for him, it's no surprise. He was treated the same way at Celtic, and he does the same way he's been treated at Spurs. And every single person that did that at Celtic had egg on their face by the end of it. Now, I'm not saying he's the new Messiah. I'm not saying that he's going to win us the Premier League title this season. I'm not saying he's ever going to win us the Premier League title. But he plays very good football. He makes very good tactical decisions. And this team is getting better and better week in and week out.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. And he's actually made the fans fall back in love with Tottenham and the badge and what we stand for. We actually want to watch Spurs. Not that, we all watch it because we're fans, but we actually want to watch it, and we actually enjoy watching it now compared to just having to do it because it's the only thing that we've got on the weekend.
Could you imagine us doing a live watch-along for Conte Ball?
No.
And the ball was
it's a valid point, isn't it?
Yeah,
the ball has gone backwards.
We're 5-0 down within 10 minutes away at Newcastle.
Oh, Højbjerg's lost the ball again.
Yeah, Lloris can't hit the ball.
And do you know what else it's done? Something that has gone very much under the radar as well. The Levy out crew, which I don't disagree with at times, are extremely quiet now.
Oh, what can they moan about?
Well, the things are still happening that were happening before. The things that they were still moaning about were happening before. It's just the football is slightly better. And you can only put that down to Ange Postecoglou. There's nothing that Daniel Levy has done to transform this football club over the last, 9 games plus pre-season. And I just think that, again, it's another quick move, another quick thought to try and shift blame onto somebody else rather than, months ago, I was saying how bad Antonio Conte was. Months ago, I was saying that him and Jose Mourinho are both outdated as managers. Did you see what the idiot said the other week, Conte? He said, the next team that I manage are going to be a team that's recently won something. Yeah. Well, if that's all you've got, do you know what I mean? It's like Ange Postecoglou is like an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
Who comes in and, absolutely transforms a small company into a huge giant. Antonio Conte and Jose Mourinho are those CEOs that go from company to company to company and just take their paychecks week in, week out and don't do anything to affect that business. And, I think that both managers are dead. I think they're both washed up. And you're going to see...
Oh no.
Jose Mourinho will be gone from Roma soon at the end of his contract. I think at the end of the this season. I'm so glad they're all gone out of this football club, to be honest. But what are your thoughts, Winnie?
And mate, look, I'm not going to lie. At the time, I was the Mourinho one was a little bit different because I was still hurting from the Pochettino departure. But it felt, I felt a little bit of comfort when I realised that it was Mourinho, because I thought, oh, this is we don't have managers like this at our club, because he was huge. I mean, I'm not going to say he is huge now, because I think he's a little bit washed up now, if I'm honest. I think he's a bit of a has-been. Whether people disagree, that's up to them. But at the time, he still had that, fantastic reputation of just being the dog's bollocks. And so there was a little bit of comfort. But the Conte arrival was significantly different. Like I was just absolutely craving it. When we were linked with him, I was like, we need to get this Conte. We need to get Conte in. He's going to absolutely transform this club. He's going to win us this. He's going to win us that. He is going to be the best manager we've ever seen at this club. But yeah, it turns out that he was just shit, to be honest. It was. I mean, his football was shit. The only thing he did was maybe united the fans again a little bit over, the kind of shit that Mourinho had left behind, because, the fans did love Conte at the start. And we loved Conte Cam, didn't we? We loved everyone. I know everyone was waiting for Conte Cam to be released by the club so they could watch it and watch him and watch how passionate he was. And I did love how passionate he was. And I don't doubt that at the time I thought, this guy really wants to be at Tottenham and he really wants to manage his club. But maybe looking back at it now, some of the comments he's made, maybe it was just all selfish, and maybe he was just cheering for himself and not the team.
Yeah, it definitely is a bit of that, I think, with Antonio Conte. I think when it goes well for him, he takes all of the praise that comes with it. When it doesn't go his way, he throws everybody else under the bus to try and salvage something for himself. And, good riddance in my opinion. But let's get back to the game because, we've just seen Spurs win 2-0 against Fulham. And Kallum has decided to get himself a nice 3 points in the score predictor table.
I know.
So Kallum, I will bring up the old score predictor table. Unfortunately, being live on the stream for 2.5 hours, I haven't managed to update it. But Kallum will now come off the bottom of the
Willie? I don't know, Willie or not.
Don't you worry. So Kallum will be on 7. Harry got a correct team to win with Tottenham, which takes him on to 7. Dave went for a draw, which takes him also on to 7, or remains him on 7. Winnie, you got to 11, and I got to 13.
Yeah.
And that's how we're currently.
Just throwing it out there. Obviously, in a league table, it goes goals scored, goal difference, etc. But in these tables, would it not go alphabetical?
Stop.
Right. Okay. So then Callum's still bottom.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll allow it. But anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course you will. Of course you will. Yeah.
We go top of the league. 2 points clear at the top of the league and still remain unbeaten in the Premier League.
Somehow, yes, it's
good to be a Spurs fan right now, isn't it, Winnie?
Mate, it's it's amazing. I'm not going to lie. It's however long this lasts for. It is what it is. We didn't expect Ange to have such a huge impact straight away. So look, even if we lost every game now to the rest of this, to the end of the season, I'm sure that won't happen. But he still would have some credit in the bank because of how he started the season off and how he's got the players together. And let's not forget, I think he's improved players that we maybe didn't think could be improved, because I've said this loads of times before when I've been guests on pods, and I'm pretty sure I've said it on our channel before as well. The difference is Conte and Mourinho, I think, are fantastic managers, but I don't think they're great coaches, because a coach is someone who will look at a player every day in training, will work on his weaknesses, and he'll look at him and go, you're fantastic at this, but you could do better at this. So you should maybe try doing something different, try doing this, try doing these exercises. And that's exactly what Ange looks like he's doing in training. We under Conte and Mourinho, we just couldn't keep the ball, really, could we? There was no real possession, no passages of play where we would make little triangles and keep the ball. It was a lot of let's just try and get it to Kane and see what he can do. And that maybe that wasn't the fault of the manager. Maybe that was just the fault of the fact we had Harry Kane and no one else really. But it just seems like when Ange came in, that his first four, all I could see in the training videos was loads of passing drills. Let's just keep the ball. Let's knock the ball backwards and forwards to each other and keep it for as long as we can. Now, all of a sudden, we're keeping the ball maybe not as good as Man City, but we're keeping the ball well. Do you know what I mean? And maybe it's not a coincidence, but yeah. So Ange is a fantastic coach, and I have no doubt also a good manager. And I think that's the main difference between what we see in Ange and what we had in Conte and Mourinho.
Yeah, definitely. And Kallum, let's go to the first goal. Because scored by Heung-min Son, our captain, and I still baffles me that calling him the captain, but he's such a great person and such a great player. But it all came from Bassi for Fulham, hoofing the ball out from the back. Van der Ven made a progressive run forward to steal the ball. It was played into Son. He took a touch to get past the defender, and then he just whipped it into the far corner. What do you make of that goal, and what do you make of him so far this season?
Such a great team goal, mate. Well, first the Fulham mistake. Bassi didn't have a good game. I think we can say full stop for tonight. He won't look back on it proudly. But the progressive play from Van der Ven to push up that far, to then do a pinpoint pass into Richarlison, who did a one-look past Son, and then for Son to have the composure and the confidence to then carry it, to steady himself, and then just take such a sublime shot into the top corner was brilliant. And he looks like such a player with confidence and an air about him where he's come out of Kane's shadow. That's what I see with him. He's no longer the second best. He's no longer the bridesmaid. He's the bride now, and he's at the forefront of what he is for South Korea, and he's replicating it for Spurs now. So if he keeps going the way that he is, he will have so much more going forward. And to actually be the captain as well. I mean, you always see the clips where he has a laugh and a joke with people. They all hug and they're all mates, but he's actually leading from the front, using his skill and his goals to speak for themselves as a leader, which we want. So that's great.
Definitely. And then Wynnie, the second goal of the night was a goal by Maddison. Again, the ball was picked up by Højbjerg this time, played into Son, laid it off to Madders, and Madders does what he does best. It didn't help that Calvin Bassey was about 10 yards deeper than he should have been on the right-hand side. But again, the guy didn't have a great day.
No.
But those two and their goal-scoring abilities this season have been brilliant, haven't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like Madders has stepped in, because obviously we know Kane and Son have got the most goal contributions, as a pair in the Premier League now, surpassing, was it Drogba and and Lampard at the time? I think it was. So, mate, it just looks as though Madders has stepped into Kane's shoes in that respect. And if I'm honest, it looks like he's also done it in respect for Tottenham as well, because he's just, there's some big shoes to fill, as we know, with H leaving. But I said this when he first joined, before he had really played. Madders possesses the same, pretty much this, not the same ability as such, because H is a phenomenal player, as is Madders, and they're different types of players, but he possesses the same attributes that H has. He can put the ball in the top corner from 30 yards like H could. He can find, he can thread the eye of a needle. This guy has got everything that H had. Maddison has also got. So it just looks as though he's stepped into his shoes. But yeah, Bassey's had a bit of a stinker again, hasn't he? Let's be honest. I mean, first of all, he's played an aimless ball. You don't play a ball into the centre of the midfield from like that. You play it down the wing if you're going to do it. You kind of played it a bit too central, and it turns out it was a shit pass anyway. And obviously, it's into Son's feet. He's knocked it out into Madders on running path, and then I didn't really expect Madders to miss. To be honest, I was that confident that he was going to put it away, and that's exactly what he did. But in the meantime, Bassey's still having a chat to the linesman. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest, because he's still not pushed up with the rest of his defence. So he's had a bit of a stinker, but again, another phenomenal performance from Maddison. He's put the ball in the back of the net and got himself his first home goal, I believe.
That is correct. Yeah. Right. So Kallum, we go into this week top of the league, 2 points clear, and we could go into the weekend with a 5-point lead over everybody else, putting pressure on City, Liverpool, Arsenal. We go away to Crystal Palace on Friday night, which actually looks interesting, doesn't it? A Monday night game and followed by a Friday night game. What do you think we can win on Friday night? Think we'll go 5 points clear? So putting a statement out there if we do, isn't it?
It would be such a good statement if we do. Yeah, I reckon we can go there and win. I think that Palace are a good team and they've got good players, but they're not always there with the goals. They play a nice brand of football, but they're not that clinical. So I think we could go there. But yeah, based on the Monday and Friday turnaround, I think it's dog shit. I think that definitely all about broadcast money. It's all about the Premier League being at the sort of mercy of the broadcasting companies to go, we want to have it on there. But if we can go there and win 5 points clear, then it puts the pressure on everyone else to do it. Simple as that. Because even if we don't win, even if we lose, I still think that this team has got so much about them, they won't let it pull them down. They'll just go, it's one loss. And you'll go, it's one loss, happens, get on with it, move on to the next one. So I don't doubt that these guys will go out there and give it their all. It's just about the recovery time that I think from tonight, where they've gone for a good proportion. Was Ange actually thinking when he took Madders, Son, and a couple of the others off, especially Doji, was he thinking about Friday as well 100%. With that in mind?
Yeah, definitely. And Winnie, quick answer from you. Can we go 5 points clear on Friday night?
We should do. Yeah, we should do, because look, Palace is an intimidating place to go to. It's a place that I believe we usually struggle. The atmosphere is a little bit intimidating, but this is a new Tottenham Hotspur. I don't think this is a Tottenham Hotspur that succumbs to atmosphere and pressure. We're a different team. We're a team full of youngsters now that I believe are just so full of confidence that they won't really give a shit about the ground rocking, which I'm sure it will be. But we're talking about a Crystal Palace who have been very much a one-man side for a very long time with Wilfried Zaha. He's now no longer there, and I've watched them a few times, and they just don't seem.
They got torn apart against Newcastle, didn't they?
Yeah, they don't seem like they're the same side. And obviously, I think they've got current injuries in Eze and Elise, who are the only other two players for me that are worth anything from Crystal Palace. No disrespect, but that's just my opinion. So it's a game, again, we should be going there, and if we apply ourselves the same we have done today and in other games, it's a game we should be winning. And I don't think that's too, that's not arrogant. It's just confidence in the sense that we are that side now. And, I'm not going to get ahead of ourselves and think we're going to beat everyone, because we're not going to beat everyone. But today was a game that I said we should have won, and we have. And in my opinion, Palace away is another game we should go, and we definitely shouldn't lose, in my opinion.
100%. 100%. I think confidently with my heart, we go into this weekend, we sit there with our feet up, we're 5 points clear at the top of the league, and we say it's over to you now. Off you go.
Yep.
You know, you try and keep up with us. And that's what we have to just keep doing, and we keep doing, and we keep doing. Look, we all know at some point we are going to lose a game, but it's not going to be Friday.
No, it'll be against fucking Pochettino, won't it?
Winnie,
November 9th, isn't it? Something like that.
I'm gonna get these off the rest of the boys later tonight on WhatsApp. But we're gonna go now into our score predictions.
Oh no, you hit me with that already. Right, okay.
Yeah. We're gonna do score predictions and then we'll wrap up for the evening. So Winnie, I'm coming to you first. Crystal Palace Friday night. What's the score going to be?
I'm going to go. Is this locked in, by the way?
This is locked in.
This is locked in. You are a knob. Okay. I'm gonna. Do you know what? I'm gonna go with. I know I'm right. I'm going to contradict myself because I'm thinking of the predictor table, and I'm going to win that predictor table. So the score is going to be 1-1.
Okay.
Which isn't contradicting myself because I said we should go there and not lose. But I also said I think it's a game we should win. But yeah, 1-1.
Yeah, that's okay, mate. Kallum. First 3 points today. Shooting up the table. What are you going for?
2-0 Spurs.
2-0 Spurs. Keep that going. Keep that 2-0 going. I absolutely love that.
That's I like that.
Yeah. I'm going to
Cool,
go
then, Luke, what we're saying?
1-0 Spurs.
1-0 Spurs?
Yeah.
Okay.
1-0 Spurs. I will get Harry and Dave's predictions off them, and then I'll post it on Twitter. So then for our Sunday show, we will have a brand new updated from 2 games predictor table. So keep your eyes on that. We'll be back this Sunday, 7 p.m. As our usual slot to discuss a little bit of this game, but also the Palace game on Friday night. Guys, it's been a long stream. I want to thank you both for joining. Winnie, how can everybody find you, buddy?
Yeah, Winnie1991 on Twitter, and obviously Part Lane Pod admin. So I keep saying every week, every after every pod, I'm like, look for my controversial tweet, and then I just don't do it. So I'll say that I'll post one tomorrow. I might not.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Let's keep the people hanging. Yeah, love that. And Kallum, how can everyone find you?
At Callum Stubbs 97 on Twitter as always. I am on most of the Part Lane pods, so if you guys want to find me, go over to there or find me on Twitter. Yeah, thanks for having me on again, mate. It was a very enjoyable watch along, and if people want to see it again, let us know, and you never know, we may do it Friday.
Exactly. One other thing to let everybody know about that may, be happening in the future. There may be some kind of esports streaming from myself and Winnie over the coming months. We're going to work on a few things. Probably we'll start with FIFA. But, we're going to talk about that, and, we'll let you all know on Twitter about how that's going to go. But it's in the pipeline.
You can see Luke absolutely shit his pants in the box and not shoot.
Exactly. And here Winnie screaming at me on over the microphone. But, if you want to follow me, it's Luke_Partlane. But more importantly, thank you for everybody that's tuned in tonight. Make sure you're liking this video. Make sure you're subscribing. There will be a match preview out for the Crystal Palace game in the coming days. So stay tuned on all social media. But as we say on every week, of the Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.